You are heard but not seen. Episode 7. Actually, episode 63. Depending on how you're tracking your GHA. So the entire GHA is 63 episodes, but book 2 is now episode 7.
We just need 6 more episodes, Vivi.
Tonight.
6 more episodes for what?
Oh,
6
come
more
on.
episodes.
Really, Josh? Really already?
And then we get to go full inappropriate for that episode.
Yes.
I literally just watched was it the 9th or 8th, the penultimate episode of Squid Games last night. And that is
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, that's fine. I'm just like, what you were just vaguely referencing, I'm even more vaguely referencing, is a big part of that episode. The number you were referencing.
What number was I referencing, John?
6 from where we are now, Josh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure.
No,
Where did my pencil go?
I'm feeling alive, alert, awake, and enthusiastic, Josh. You're not going to pull that over on me tonight.
Oh, yeah. I need to change my background so Vivi and I aren't matching.
Why? Why can't we match?
Because it makes no sense for Phelan.
We're matchy.
It could match in the future, but it does not match for where. Oh, hey, Cali Girl 97, Manda, good to see you as well.
This is better.
Thank you. Oh.
What happened?
My background.
What's your background? Oh, rip.
Rip.
Hello, Robert.
No, I wanted this one. There we are.
I'm coming.
Oh, wow.
So I'm checking in our Discord. Do we have, hang on, yes, maybe we do. No. So no messages from Rory yet, so we're still waiting.
No, I haven't heard anything from Rory.
Yeah, but he's been talking to me all day. I'm sure he's going to be here,
Okay.
so let's just give him a minute. In fact, let's kick off our pre-roll while we're waiting for Rory. Exactly. Oh, well done. That's why you're NPC voices. All right. Oh, I should have checked this before I went live. I just like all my other streams, the sponsor role is working in both directions, but with this one, it's not. So I created a whole new page from a different page. So hopefully, you guys are going to be able to hear the sponsor role tonight, not just our viewers. And let's kick it over there, and let's start off with the Greyhawk Awakening map video.
John, I'm Discord messaging you my best of 3.
All right. Are you guys hearing the audio?
We are, yeah.
As am I. Hey, good to see you, Jay. The incredible 3-dimensional map from Anna B. Meyer. Customized here for Blue Box. Music and effects, courtesy of our talented friends.
The other day I was playing D&D and I just grabbed a handful of random dice from my bag and I actually was rolling really well. There was no rhyme or reason to any of the dice. I just grabbed them. It was the most chaotic thing I've ever done.
You guys aren't getting tired of this map, are you? I love this so much.
Nope. No, sir.
And there are still Easter eggs you have not detected. I sometimes think I'm too clever for my own good. Like, I pop things in and people never recognize them and they go by the wayside, and I just like, sad DM.
That's like the life of any DM.
I got to be more
100%.
obvious.
That's why we can't
That's like-
over-prepare.
That's
like,
like
if we
plus-
over-prepare, then
Yeah.
it's just,
Oh, thank
True.
you, Troll Lord Games, with the raid of a party of 26.
That's like puzzles too, like puzzles in D&D. Like as a DM, you're like, okay, this puzzle's easy enough to figure out. And then you get in there all like, what?
It happens all the time. Yes. Exactly. But I think like I don't get as frustrated in a specific session. I get more frustrated over the multiple sessions, which is probably even a worse place to be because it's harder over multiple sessions to keep track of what's happening. And so yeah, I mean, you guys have done a great job. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about my other games.
John, did you hear I sent you my...
I did. I'm pulling up right now. Thank you, Terry. And so what Terry's referring to is his backup character after Taldar was slain in a moment of glory last week, and he went down in a blaze. Now, Ferox Fabrications, a fantastic sponsor, and he's sending us new miniature holders. His new, I think he calls them Evolution or Evolve. Vivi, can you correct me? Is it Evolve or Evolution?
Evolution.
The Evolution.
Don't quote me on it, though.
Yeah. Whichever
just
it is.
did.
Sorry. They're wicked cool. He's sending us several we'll be using for giveaways here in the coming weeks. We love all our sponsors. We won't go through all of them to start the session tonight because we want to get right into the game.
Phone.
But it is Vivi's long night, I'm pretty sure.
You would be correct, sir.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find my phone now. I have no idea where I put it. Mister!
Hey, Lord Forth, old school. Oh, we got a new first-time chatter, David 002. Welcome.
Losing my damn
Thank you
mind.
for the raid from our friends at Troll Lord
John,
Games.
I sent you my rolls as well.
All right, I'll check in my Discord for both those sets of roles. And did you put your class and race sort of basic thoughts?
Oh.
Thank you so much. And then Kings of War. Mantic Games! Big battles. Thank you, Mantic Games, makers of Kings of War, and of course, all of the terrain crate materials they produce. Fantastic sponsors. And with that, now you shall be heard and seen. Welcome to Blue Box tonight. Already 45 viewers. We haven't even gotten started yet. Thank you so much again for Troll Lord Games raid. Troll Lord Games, a great fan of our show, a sponsor here at Blue Box, and also they're featured on our Friday Night Crusades, headed up by Robert, Phantom NJ, who DMs that, and it's all in our Discord. So when Evelyn gets a moment and can look up from all the other character stuff that she's doing, she will pop that in the chat. Our Discord is where you can participate with these players. You can chat with us all week long. You can see the updates on our different campaigns. And I am joined, as always, by my illustrious, amazing, glorious, and frankly, intimidatingly beautiful Tuesday night crew. And of course, Josh knew I was leading with him when I said that. So Josh, let's start with socials. We'll get to characters in a moment. Tell us who you are, where you can be found. Tell us about Children of Dirt, your amazing crew, and anything else you'd like to talk about.
Hey guys, I'm Josh of NPC Voices. You can catch me here on Twitch on my own channel, or you can find me on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram. All of the above is the best place to find me. I play, well, actually, I'll pause with that. On my own projects on Monday nights, I run Children of Dirt, a semi-post-apocalyptic, broken down spells and creepy campaign with 2 players at the moment, but we have 2 more coming on pretty soon, which is going to be fun if these other 2 survive. Let's hope. Not talking about the characters, talking about the players. And then Wednesdays, I will be having a new campaign starting up very, very soon, and then you can catch me here on Tuesdays, as you can see. But I play Phelan. He is a half-elf alchemist, level 20. He is able to...
You're confusing our new
one.
viewers, Josh. Come on.
Level 2. Level 2. Level 1, alchemist. He likes brewing. He came from a brothel, and now he's doing the same similar work as when he was in the brothel because he's still unconscious. So that's about it for Phelan.
Wow, I don't know what to do with that. But yes, Children of Dirt is really fun. Check it out. Follow them on Twitch. It was a great show last night. I do tune in as often as I can, and you guys do a great job. Let's go to... I'm like a waiter. Vivi, you're taking a drink? We're going to you.
He's like, she's not eating. Go to me. What do you want? Are we doing character intros too, or
Yeah,
just,
well, I wasn't going to
just...
do that, but since Josh did, now he set the tone. So yes,
I'm sorry about
then
that.
Character intro.
Hello, my name is Evie. You can find me at the DM's Quest on Instagram, where I do kind of D&D fun things. Nothing in particular, just things, all kinds of things. Mini painting, train building, things like that. You can only find me here on Blue Box. Somebody was asking if they could find me somewhere else. No. You can only find me here.
What? I'm crushed.
Where I belong.
Why? This is not good enough?
No,
Who
I'm
said
just
such
people were
thing?
asking. Apparently, people were asking if I think when we were taking a long break, they were asking if they could find me somewhere else.
Oh, they were missing you so much when we had our break.
Yes,
I
they were
get
just
that.
missing the eating, I think. Maybe I'll just stream and just sit there and eat.
Do it.
No. But yes, that's where you can find me. You can find me on Instagram. That's about it. I don't do Twitter. I don't do TikToks. I only send TikToks to my bajillion friends and blow up their feeds. That's it. I play Rizia. She is a level 1 barbarian. She is currently at a loss, no weapon. I don't know what I have on me anymore. Not even food to eat. So, just a sad.
Your weapons were not taken from you. Except if they were in your hands and you dropped them, they were not.
Okay.
You did. They were not picked up off the floor for you.
Oh, would I have been able to pick up my weapon though? Like
No,
I would
your
have just
your
left it
hands
there,
were tied. Remember, your hands were tied.
Yeah, I can just kaboom. I'd be like, excuse me, sir, could you please pick that up for me?
We'll get to that in a moment. All right.
Okay. Still remains a mystery. I don't know if I have a weapon, and I know for a fact Rizia does not have any food in her hands. So
No.
yeah.
And
Maybe the chains are edible. You haven't tried.
Oh, Cheetos, yes. Thank you all, Mad Chatters. Good to see you all in tonight. Thank you so much. Oh, Hager, we haven't seen you in a minute, my friend. Welcome. Let's go to you, Rory.
As far as socials, I'm pretty simple. You can find me at No Master on Instagram. If you want to know why, just watch the whole first book of this here.
The whole first book.
Yeah.
All 54
You can't just watch. You can't watch one episode. You need to watch the whole first.
No, you gotta watch them all to figure out which episode that came from. So OG No Master, that's where you'll find me. I'm on there ish. Other than that, for projects, just editing audio off of these here streams so that you can, when John gets that ready, have a podcast to listen to this in your spare time and watch us on Tuesdays.
And doing all of our video work, the Blue Box intro, which the trailer I haven't played in a minute because we got so many other things, but also did all the work for our Blue Box Con commercial. And there's a new one, which I will premiere at break today. So you'll see the updated Blue Box Con commercial at break.
You gotta love it when they mute our music. Change and go again. As far as characters, I play Anaho. He is currently tactically concealed in a corner of the inn. Was going to assist Rizia and Phelan in maybe an escape, but Rizia had perhaps signaled to Anaho to hold off and wait. So he is currently in the inn and baffled by the last 5 minutes of action. Absolutely actually confounded by the actions of the two fallen individuals and why exactly they did what they did for this people, strangers. So kind of try and figure that out.
Fair enough. All right, let's go to Evelyn.
Hi, I'm Evelyn. I am known as the basically everywhere on the internet.
Wow.
And I am here over on Blue Box 3 times a week. I make props and I know things.
You do make props, you know things. Now, Pat Draws, who has been a big subject of conversation over the past couple of weeks because he has been so active in our chat and our gifting. He impacted the Rune Lords campaign on Sunday. He's impacted this campaign. Now, he said he gave 1,000. Thank you, Pat. But he said 2 advantages each for Riz and Anaho. That would be
1 for Sleepy
800.
Boy.
So we're missing. Oh, I'm sorry. Then the 1 for Sleepy. I should have known not to question Pat Draws. He has it on point. Well done. All right. So you have those. Let's go to you, Terry.
Hi, I'm Terry. You can find me at MachaKD on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram. They've been fairly active on Twitter this week, so check out all those posts. Additionally, on Monday nights, you can find me on Twitch with our Extinction Curse campaign, Pathfinder 2E Adventure Path, which has had a couple weeks off due to work-related things for some of our players, but we enter next week with Tailspire and a continuation of our current campaign. So super excited about that.
Bravo, bravo. All right, so we have giveaways tonight. I have 2 giveaways. I'll share the second one a little bit later, but I want to thank Patrick, Canadian Ancient Gamer. He always sends me lightning source materials, and he heard me, I think, a few weeks ago as I gave one of these away. He sent me another of these Book of Taverns. These are incredible. It's from Swords and Sorcery, but they're all taverns. They work in any different game setting. It doesn't matter your edition, your game setting. Vane Roberts' Chains was an adaptation from one of the taverns inside this module. And so we have that to give away tonight. And then I have something else. I have 2 different levels I may use depending on how the game goes tonight. With all of that said, Evelyn, I would like to get started with the game, but we must know first, what happened last time?
So last time we had some things happen, just like 1 or 2 minor things. We started off with Taldar attacking the mysterious man in black who had blocked our way and taunted us a bit before trying to take off. And Taldar actually managed to get a good hit on him, but he was just too slippery and he escaped and into the night. So the party continued on into the tavern in search of the spider because, we weren't sure we could believe this random stranger who was claiming that he had taken the spider, or that the guard or the soldiers of Relastra had taken the spider. Because, we've learned our lesson about Relastra. Can't trust anybody here.
Was that a rationalization for Taldar's venom inebriated attack on this stranger? Esther agrees. Yes, it was.
I love it.
But yes, so we continue into the tavern with people variously affected by the poison. Phelan left out in the street because Moria, who was having a bit of a moment, because Evelyn forgot that dwarves have hardy and that she had higher poison resistance, and so therefore it was my own fault. But yeah, Moira was having a moment, and she was a bit lost in the fog, and then she snapped back to her senses. But Anaho and Rizia kind of started going, trying to find someone who knew something potentially about the spider or the antidote to this poison or just anything in general. So they found the barkeep who had not been there the night before, or earlier in the day at this point, because and was very adamant that they did not take part in the poisoning of the party. It wasn't her fault. She has a child. Please don't hurt me. The general gist.
Adamant to the point where she had a blade at her throat and still held to that story.
An axe, yeah. that was after Anaho told Rizia to start poking holes and everything, which Moira did advise against, just because, you know, you don't want to stab anybody before you get the answers to the questions, just in general practice. But basically, it came down to a lot of questioning from Rizia, finally realizing that this woman probably actually doesn't know anything, at least as far as they could tell. And then the guard of Relastra decided to join in on the party. And at this point, Moria had been out trying to tend to Taldar and Phelan as best as possible, because they were both unconscious and like dying. And so she was trying to heal them and making sure that they, at least, even though they were not conscious, were staying alive. And then as the guard approaches, Riz dumps both of them on the floor because she flipped the tables over, trying to like kind of create some barricades. The guards came in, demanded the party surrender themselves due to the fact that they had been seen killing Grey Guild members earlier in the day. This was a heck of a first day in town. To try to protect what everyone thought was a little girl and turned out to be a spider. Anyway, Rizia eventually dropped her weapon, but Moira, due to backstory reasons, did not, and refused, in fact, to lay down her weapon. And then Taldar, after a prayer to Baronar Trusilver, was healed enough for him to come back to consciousness. And he and Moira kind of stood in combat with these very well-armored soldiers. Taldar was struck
12 of
down.
them, to be precise.
Struck down by 3 of them, including the leader of the group. And Moira didn't take too kindly to that. So she took her mace and shattered his hip, and then stood on him and called all of the Great Kingdom Guard of fools. And basically, went out in a blaze of glory, as she was also set upon and killed by 2 of the guards. And Anaho was in the corner watching all of this, near the front door, watching all of this kind of unfold in front of him, very confused by what was happening. And the guard took Rizia in and bound her hands, kind of kicked the bodies of the 2 slain. And I don't remember what happened with Phelan, and then Anaho was still nicely tucked in his corner because, he's small and they didn't think much of him. So yeah, that's what happened last time.
So first of all, I really had to resist the Bon Jovi reference there, and we're not playing yet, so the anachronisms are okay. Also, you mentioned because of the backstory. It's not because of the backstory. It's because of the character that you're playing, whose nature is reflected in the backstory. The backstory is just what you guys... It's just
for backstory reasons.
Exactly. I'm not correcting you. I'm wanting people who are watching, like, when they hear that, these people play characters, and they play them to the nature of the character that's created. And many times there are elements inside the backstory which will really inform how the character will move and react to different situations. This is an important part of D&D. All right. With all that said, tonight, hey, greeting Vancouver by night and all the others in the chat. You are
Vancouver. That's another Canadian.
We're getting lots of them now. Vivi, you look really short. Look really short on our Zoom screen now. So if you can move your camera down.
Earlier I was too high, so I was trying to be shorter.
All right. Well, go to this one, and if I've got a different view, I'll fix that one. All right.
Okay. Is that better?
That's so much better.
Okay.
All right, and so we begin tonight with episode 7/63 of Greyhawk Awakening in Book 2. So the guards, they shuffle out, pulling you from Vane Roberts' chains. They do pick up Phelan's body as well. There is a real sense of urgency as they move through the tavern. You see there were no patrons remaining. They were all pulling away from it. Anaho is hiding behind the door as they pull you through the doorway out into the night. Rizia, you do reach down and go ahead and make a dex check to pick up your axe.
Ooh, okay. Let me pull up my character real quick. Dex, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. Oh,
So you're trying to roll under
jumping
it.
out of the tray.
And
Nat 20.
Oh, that's not good.
What?
Dex
You gotta be
checks,
under your
you're
dex.
rolling
Under my dex?
the ability
Oh, never mind.
score. You,
Damn it.
When it's an ability score check, you want to be underneath the
yeah,
ability.
that's like
Ooh.
a fumble on an ability score check. You reach back. You're so obvious with it. The guard, boom, pounds you in the back of the skull with the pommel of his blade. You take only 1 hit point. Bam! You feel a smack to the skull. He pushes you away from your axe, and you are ushered through the doors and out.
As he hits me in the back, I'm going to turn and look at him. I'll be like, well, I can't pick it up. So do you want to pick it up for me?
They don't even respond. There's a grunt, and they keep pushing you out into the night. So your axe is left behind. Shortly, you find yourself being escorted by these guards out into the evening air of Relastra. And there is definitely a sense of concern, foreboding. Phelan is unconscious. Moria and Taldar lie dead. Rizia, you are alone. You see no sign of Phelan.
I thought they grabbed his body.
Well, I'm sorry. I meant Anaho. You see no sign of Anaho. My bad.
Kind of just knowing how Anaho is, she's just going to keep an extra eye out to see. Can I roll for a perception to see if I can see him?
I'm going to include this in his nat 20 that he had for his hide, so I'm going to say there is no point. But if you wish to continue to look later, you can. But for right now, no. You see no sign of Anaho. He is hiding like no other. As the footsteps of the soldiers clatter down now the vacant streets of the barbarian quarter in Relastra. Remember, you are just shortly past midnight. After having been here earlier in the day, then ventured to the subterranean areas where you rescued or attempted to rescue the assistant of the spider, who is now also carried in bodily unconsciousness. Now you are moving down the streets of Relastra. Phelan, you are dreaming of the best nights you've had in Lady Luck. And there were many good nights. Many nights that would tantalize one's greatest desires. And as opposed to the horrors you had previously, these are now going through your mind. You and Aho, you see the soldiers walk out. Now, the common room of the Lady Luck is absolutely vacant. What do you do?
If I was to peer around the door, are they still in the alley or have they moved down a ways?
So I mean, they're moving now. Like you see the footsteps of the last one head out. So if you wish to walk around and wait a bit, you can, or are you following immediately behind? I guess is what I'm asking.
Yeah, the first thing I want to do is see if I'm able to pick up Rizia's axe.
Okay. Yeah, so you.
Or if I don't know if it's too big for me.
No, I mean your strength is what again?
I think it's 10. Strength is 11 plus 0.
Yeah, that's so you walk over. I mean, it's heavy. It's 1.5 times as tall as you are, and you see the crushed body of the lead soldier that Moria felled with a massive crit, and you pick up the axe, which is actually the handle seeped in his blood, but you now hold it in your hands. But you also instinctively recognize this makes you much more susceptible to being seen, so it's your choice.
So I'm going to double hand this axe and go quickly behind the bar. Basically, I just want to find some place to hide this. I'm not overly attached to it. There's just something about the way that the rest of this group behaved. It's not in line with the way that I would have dealt with things in my past. So I want to just hide it as best as I can in a couple of seconds, and then go check that guard for any items he might have on him.
All right, so you move around the bar. You hastily drop Rizia's axe behind the bar, and then as you move back out toward the fallen body, oops, Taldar should be gone, my bad. As you move back out toward the fallen body of the soldier, again, you see he was the commander of this legion. He has a black cloak that hangs off his back. He's wearing full plate. He's got a long sword, a pouch at his hip.
Okay, I will definitely take the pouch. Nothing else seems to be overly useful, but does he have keys or insignias or scripts of sorts on him?
Yeah,
also?
I referenced. So all of them, when they came in last time, they had a sigil of Drax, sort of a pale face, hooded with a blade across it on their chest. So each one of those cloaks has his sigil.
Oh, okay. Well, heck, why not? I'll take the cloak. I don't care the condition. I'll just take the cloak and the pouch. And before I head out, those lanterns that are burning with oil in them, if I'm not mistaken, right? They're
Yes.
oil-based lanterns.
Yeah, you have candles and oil-based lanterns inside Vane Roberts.
I would like to grab 2 of those lanterns, blow them out, and wrap them in such a way that the cloth that I took off of the soldier wrapped individually around each of these lanterns, so that as I move, they don't clang together and I can stay silent. But I want these oil-based lanterns.
All right. As you're doing all this, you, Rizia, you are jostled down the corridors, of the alleys of Relastra. These soldiers surrounding you, their metal armor clanking against the cobblestones. One kind of sidles up to you. You're pretty big. Are they all that large where you come from?
Well spotted. Maybe you should come and find out.
Well, I'd like to do that. I don't know if I'll have the chance. I've got to follow the orders of, well... Hey, you! Boom! You see he gets bumped from behind and knocked past by one of the soldiers behind, but he does cast a glance back at you.
What does he... Can I see his face at all or no?
So you asked earlier,
Yeah.
and you saw... It's really hard to tell. These men, again, are full plate clad, helmets on, nothing really distinguishable, except one you see has green eyes of the palest green. Like, you've never seen green eyes this pale. That stands out to you. The other has a nose, including it's this one, the one that's talking to you. His nose is bent heavily to the right. It's got a crunch in the top, looks like it was broken. Actually brushes up against the helmet of his plate mail.
If I can, I'll just give him a nudge and just a little wink. I'll be like, and then like keep walking, just sauntering. She'll be sauntering down.
All right.
Cleaned up.
And we're going to click off of Tailspire here, and we're going to go Pure Theater of Mind for quite some bit, I think. As you walk through the midnight corridors of Relastra, the footsteps of the soldiers echoing around you, you see, unlike cities that you have been in before, there is nary a soul on the streets. The discipline enforced upon the city, even in the Free Barbarian Quarter, is remarkable. You eventually, Anaho, you come out, you don't see any sign of the party. You took enough time inside. They're gone.
Question, DM. You said that the streets were quiet, correct?
Yeah, except for
And
that bell,
typically
the cats,
they
the
aren't
dogs.
normally quiet.
No, in other cities. So like you.
Oh, in other cities.
So
okay.
those of you that have been in cities, you know, you typically will hear some nightlife. Some here, it's like there's a certain point in Rolastra, and things grow extremely quiet. The animals, you know, the sounds of distant wind and bells and all the things you're hearing in the background now, but you see really no one on the streets. Utter desolence on the streets. No, like I was trying to ignore the beard because I begged him not to shave it, and I did not want that to become a thing tonight where he might decide to shave it. So I'm just trying to pretend that it is just as it's always been. I saw the comments earlier. I'm purposefully ignoring those because I don't want that beard to go away. His tickets for Blue Box Con will go up twofold if he shaves that beard. Anaho, what do you do?
So when I step outside, there's no. If I listen for them, or I mean, I would probably know the general direction, but they could have taken any manner of a turn. Correct? Like they're just not in sight anymore.
Roll perception, please. It is a glorious beard, Eversalt. We can all agree on that.
21.
So you see two things. You see a trail of blood heading off to the east in the direction of the initial sort of marketplace that you came in through. But you can, in the distance, hear the foot claps of the soldiers' plate mail on the cobblestones.
Okay. So with the lanterns wrapped in that cloak and secure so that they're not making any noise, I want to, expediently as possible, but not willing to sacrifice my cover, catch up and follow at a safe distance.
Okay, so as you do this, go ahead and make a roll. It's going to be a D20. We'll add your stealth, but you're so far distant. As I said, the streets are empty. You're just trying not to fumble here.
Okay. 12.
Yeah, so you carefully pad through the streets. Rizia, you're still jostled along. Occasionally you see the soldier that talked to you. He glances over his shoulder. You look over, you see Phelan. He's almost as pale now as Rizia and, probably as Moria and Taldar. His breath growing more and more raspy.
Rizia will be making commentary as we're walking, just gonna be like, wow, it's really quiet here. Odd. Like as they're kind of just making snarky comments as we kind of go around. She'll just kind of look at that one guard that was talking to her, or actually, you know what, the pale green-eyed guy. She'll try to like maneuver herself if she can closer to that guy, and she'll be like, how much further? I'm getting hungry.
Yeah, so that one, the bent-nosed one got kind of jostled up to the front. He was the one that was really making eyes at you. The one no pun intended, the one with the pale green eyes, he was just a row ahead to the right. You can kind of get close. As you start to speak, boom, you catch an elbow in the ribs. Silence, wench.
You can't silence me. How much further?
Boom! Another elbow to the ribs. I said silence, wench.
And she'll just kind of laugh at him.
Say it.
The jostling is stop that, Pat. Stop that. All right. So you see them, Anaho. You follow closely behind. They eventually find themselves at the huge wall that you saw when you first came in that leads to the common quarter, getting past the barbarian quarter now here, and there are several guards that stand around. You're still a sufficient distance away. You can't hear what's said. Rizia, you do hear some hushed tones, and the guard at the lead of this group looks at the guard next to the wall and says, "These are the ones we were told to get. By order, you know." The other one nods, and the soldiers begin to move through the gates. Anaho, you see this. As you look, this wall is 20 feet high of smooth stone, and there are 2 guards on either side of the gate. The rest of the party is ushered through, 3 utterly, 2 dead, 1 unconscious, and 1 ushered through bound. Riz is getting angry. Nice.
The wall is 20. I know you just said this, but
it's about 20 feet high, and it's
Yep.
when I say smooth stone, I mean you can look at this very not a climbable wall with any
Right.
sort of ease. These are looks like a granite that's smoothly bound together with very small seams, stacked up to a 20-foot height. Iron-bound gates, 2 guards on either side, clearly meaning to keep the rabble of the barbarian quarter out of the inner sanctums
sure.
of the city.
For sure. And I'm a fair distance away still.
Yeah. I mean, whatever you want to be. You can see this from 20, 30, 40 feet. So
Yeah, I'd imagine 30-ish,
Yeah,
between
that's fine.
30 and 40 feet away.
yeah, so you're 35 feet away. You're hiding behind a stall, and you watch the rest of your party be pulled through this gate. What do you do?
Okay. So I don't know what to do right now, but I know Rizia is conscious.
Yes. Oh yeah, she's
And I
walking.
know she's exactly.
Yeah,
and I know
you
she's
saw her
passing-
catch an elbow to the ribs too. You were close enough to see that.
And I know she's passing through this gate. There's no kind of cap, or they're not entering a building. So the only thing I currently have in my mind is from my safe distance back. I just want to lob an arrow because my arrows have red. Any of the arrows that I've shot from the beginning, they have this red fletchling on them. I just want to lob an arrow high, 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 and over the wall. I don't know where it's gonna land or what it's gonna stick into. Hopefully not Rizia or anyone else.
That would be real. That would be very, very unlikely. So
My hope is just that she sees this signal.
All right, so you stand back, you pull back with your Sherpo, and
Yeah.
you take one of your red-fletched arrows, and with those crimson feathers clutched between your fingers, you loose it, and you shoot it over this 20-foot wall in an indiscriminate fashion, but not toward the center mass of the party, trying to, right? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, correct.
Go ahead and roll a d20 for me.
Okay, we'll see how this goes here.
And
I mean, a melon would have got her attention a lot better than than an arrow.
That's true.
I don't have a
Be
melon.
honest.
And at his height, I'm not sure he could toss a melon 20 feet over a wall. So
I think he could if he tried.
it's like strongman competition with the barrels, right?
Oh, sure. Oh, what am I doing? It's right here. It's like a 5.
Okay. You loft the arrow over the top of the wall. You do get it over. You see it sails. You lose sight of it as the glimmer of the moon just barely catches the fletching and the shaft with a gleam. It dips over the side of the wall. And then Rizia, please make a perception check.
Now I want to roll high, correct?
Correct. only stat checks. Like if I say Dex, Con, Strength, those are the only ones you want to roll low on.
I see nothing.
Well, don't tell me that. Tell me what you rolled.
7 total.
A 7.
I see nothing.
No, Dougie. Don't assume you know. Like, not every roll has to be a 19. He's just fired an arrow over and in the general direction. You do see an arrow clatter. Now, second thing is I need you to make a wisdom check. No, that doesn't make sense. Intelligence? No, I think wisdom. Make a wisdom check.
Let's go with no. Either of them doesn't really matter.
Make a wisdom. Do you even have any idea what this arrow is? It clatters to the ground.
17 total.
Okay. Yeah, so you do see this arrow clatter. You see several of the other soldiers. They stop and turn. What was that? I don't know. You check. Two of them turn and walk back to the gate.
How far away am I from the gate?
Oh, the gate? You're about 15, 20 feet through the gate.
Okay. And you said two of them turn around?
Yes.
Riza's just going to try to turn around and just kind of whap one in the back of the head just with her hands tied together.
All right, I'm going to spare us a series of rolls here.
Okay.
even should you roll the most amazing rolls, you're not going to. You're not going to double that 20, 10 soldiers. I get it. So you do cause a scene. You reach up. Boom! You slam one in the face. You smash his helmet back into his face. He staggers. Hopefully you didn't hear the word I just said. And another one comes across the top. They start slamming down with pommels. They're not trying to kill you. And you are in a series of moments. You succumb to this. There's no chance. So there's no point in the rolls. You have 10 soldiers with blades. You are bound. You are hammered, and then you slump to the ground. The last thing you see is the one with the bent nose. He's looking at you with a sympathetic look in his eyes, and he's not touched you with his blade. Anaho, you hear your arrow clatter. And then suddenly you hear there's a clatter on the other side. There's some sort of combat, and two soldiers come running back through the gates. They come out with the weapons. They look at the other guards on the other sides. Did you see who fired that? An arrow came over the gates. The other soldiers look around. You were 30 feet away. They didn't see it in the night, but they're looking around. What do you do?
I just watch as the little ants scurry.
You stay where you are?
Yeah, I don't want to risk getting up, moving around, tripping on something. I'm small, it's dark, I'm covered, I got my cloak. Safer where I am. Just watch and observe what they do in a crisis.
So, well, clearly there's no crisis here for them. But so they start moving down, and they're looking sort of alleyway to alleyway. One of them shouts. You see him turn to an alleyway to your right as a dog rushes out. You fool, the other one shouts. It was just a dog. Well, let's move on.
I heard that they were saying that the music was a touch too loud, John, in the chat.
It was supposed to be. No, I'm kidding. I'll make it quieter last time. Sorry. All right. So they don't see you, and they turn around and move back through the gates. You are still in the same place. Now the rest of the party, I've got 2 dead, 2 unconscious party members in the hands of the lawful evil overlord of Erlastra. I've got 1 conscious party member. Exactly where I wanted them. No, not at all. What are you doing, Aho? I don't need to ask anyone else now. It's just you and me.
So, I believe it's this dog. I can't safely make it through the the gate
I didn't say
at
that.
this time, because the 2 guards are there, and I don't know if they're gonna
4 guards, 2 on each side.
Okay, 4 guards. So unless they do some shift change or something, maybe I could wait something out. But would I know if there's another? Is there a single entrance, and that's this gate into this quarter?
No.
Would
So
I know?
you've been in the city for some time. You know there are 2 gates from the common or the barbarian quarter into the common, and then there are another 2 gates from the common into the old city, though you've never seen those, but you've heard. But they're all guarded in the similar fashion. It was just a dog. Let's move on.
I'm not going to be able to trick them or easily sneak past them. I can't climb the wall. The other gates are guarded the same, and I've never seen them.
Oh, and to be clear, I did not definitively say you could not climb the wall. I just said the wall looked very
It'd be very
unclimbable.
difficult.
Yes.
Yeah. Right. Looking at.
Thank you, Mad Chatters. I know it's tough to watch 4 players sitting there doing nothing. It's just, this is what happens sometimes, and I would not change it. This is what has to happen. So
I guess because I don't know, and I don't want to necessarily just wait around all night to find out that there's no shift change or someone falls asleep. They might, but I don't know. But Drax is pretty nasty, and where I come from, if someone fell asleep, well, they're not going to fall asleep again. So, would I know if there's a good distance? Because I have a feeling that if I try to climb this wall, I'm going to fall. Is there a safe distance away that I can scurry off to and try to climb this wall?
Yeah, so I guess what you're asking is, might there be parts of the city that have taller buildings, structures closer to the walls that would give you some sort of a head start, and then with some combination of skill, rope, and dexterity or whatever, you can set off and try to do that. Is that what you do?
Yeah, and something that's not overly close. But yes,
All
exactly.
Right. Now you start padding your way through the dark streets of Relostra. Again, it is eerie how empty and desolate the barbarian quarter is. Now, I had all of these gorgeous explanations ready to go for the players, well, Rizia, for what you saw as you walked through the common city and into the old city, but no one is conscious for those. So we're going to go ahead and skip. And in fact, went barbarian again. So I like it, Terry, and that's a great set. But as always, Evelyn, man, really nice set of stats. So we shall see. With that said, we're going to go to an early break today because I'm going to change the scenes. We're going to probably do, instead of a long break, we're going to do like 2 3-minute breaks today, and we'll do a giveaway after each break, and then we'll do one at the end. This break is going to let me get myself accounted with the new PC stats that were rolled up, and also change the scene here as the party is no longer where they were, and Anahu is goodness knows where Anahu is. And so we'll be right back. After the break, we're going to do this giveaway with the Tavern set from Swords and Sorcery, the Book of Taverns. I've already talked about this so often. It is a panoply of gorgeous taverns you can put into any gaming stream that you have, any edition that you have. And Blue Box, it's our long night, so we'll go. We got a good solid 2+ hours left. Depending, Terry, Rory, got to make sure we're with your schedule. Of course, Evelyn may pass out at any time. She's got a 60-hour work week this week. So if you do see Evelyn just drop off her chair, please do not assume I finally followed through on my threat to kill a player. Just assume that she's actually fallen asleep, because that could happen.
He's poisoned her. He was doing it the long haul.
She was here Sunday.
The long
did have a glass of water.
Anything there? Did you drink anything while you were there?
Well, Ginny did give me a bottle of water, so
There it is. That's what it is.
Who gave Jenny the bottle of water? All right.
Rip.
So one way or another, you will be hearing from Rory and Evelyn and Terry. you're gonna hear from all of them very soon. And you guys got to stop with those stupid switch ups on your Zoom names. That sucks. All right, so yeah, you can get coffee. I'll give you 3 to 4 minutes, plenty of time to get coffee, use the restroom. Hey, thank you for the follow there, Bumblebe, however you pronounce that, and we will be right back.
When like there was the commercials and there was no pausing your show and you had to run to the bathroom really quick and then come
Jump over the sofa.
jump over the
miss
sofa.
those
It's like commercial break, run! Get the
I
things
miss
that you
those
need.
days so much.
We leave the we'll leave the chat hot. I'm going to open up this window
You miss
because
them,
it is
Josh?
getting hot
Yes.
in here. Entertain our
I
fans.
do.
And then let me switch these views up.
Because it was a workout. It was so much fun. It literally was like an Olympic.
Olympic sport, commercial
Yeah.
running.
Yeah. Seriously, because you had to get into the kitchen, you had to get chips, you had to get the sandwich made, you had to get back in the right amount of time, or else you're done for.
Yep.
That's the source of all modern day anxiety.
Oh, gosh.
Millennial anxiety is based in
It'll start.
in breaks.
Go to third world countries, no anxiety. Go to America,
Zero
anxiety.
anxiety in the entire world.
Oh, I need to get my food.
No, you don't.
I am so lost.
My
on what to
lasagna
do right
is
now.
ready.
I bet.
I know, because you like it when like there's a clear path. And I would like to give you a clear path. Like this wasn't my intentional sort of, let me baffle Rory on what to do. It just, yeah. I mean, I didn't know what you were
Or-
gonna do.
Or at least with Gimbal, I didn't have to have a perfectly clear path. I'd just be like, cast some illusion or something. But I got arrows against plate armor.
Why don't you cast some illusion magic?
Yeah.
Duh.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Duh.
You know, if I perhaps pick something up to light lanterns back at the tavern that I didn't think about.
All right. Woo.
What's that static come from?
Let me mute mine.
What's that?
I'm gonna guess it's not mine.
I don't know.
I've been muted the whole time, so
Yeah, Terry's been muted as well, so it's either Vivi, Evelyn, or John.
actually I think I'm. Check.
When the music
it's
plays,
John.
it seems like it stops. See, and then when we talk, there's static. Do all you mad chatters hear the static too, or is that just in our ears?
Is Blue Box always this purpley?
Yes.
I feel like we're really giving off a odd message.
Purple? Like a royal?
Yeah, but also we're blue. Blue Box. I feel that it's wrong for us not to.
See, I asked that question at the beginning of this chapter, and I was surly, I was scorned for that, so I will not make that statement again.
Just send a glitter box instead. Don't ask any questions. Just send glitter boxes.
Apparently, there's a purple edition. That's all I needed to know.
Wait, there is?
I guess there was something to do with purple. That's why That's why he went purple.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, thankfully they can't hear the static.
That monkey, you need red to make purple, not blue. There was blue.
I thought it was
box.
red and blue that you used to make purple.
Well, yeah, but there was already a blue box. You need red.
There is a red box.
Exactly. Yeah, Pat draws. I think it's just in our ears. Something about. I'm not sure.
Something like that.
Red, the blood of the players. Ah. I wonder if Vivi bleeds blue.
Vivi bleeds food. I mean, that's called cannibalism, but I'm not wrong.
Yeah. Wait, what? My head hurts from trying to follow your.
All right, I'll pull down the new commercial here on the next break. I don't want to take the time and delay this because I promised a quick break here, but I cannot wait to show the new Blue Box. See the music selection that you've made. You all look guilty. What'd you say while I was gone?
Not a lot. Other than when we talk, we hear static. The audience doesn't, but we do hear static.
Well, are you sure that? So here, let me kill the ambient music here. Talk now.
Now, when we talk, there's no static.
No static.
So so you're not hearing static. You're hearing the fire that was in the room, and it comes through when you're speaking. I'm pretty sure. Because I'll put music back on here. Go ahead and I got two different sets of music. Let me kill this one. And
now,
yeah, you're hearing nothing when you talk, right?
Right.
All right. So let me play some music here.
That
Okay.
lasagna looks yummy.
Are you hearing any static now?
Yep. Yep. Now there's still static.
But you've never heard this before?
It's
All
like a
right.
white noise kind of static.
All right, well, let's chalk that up to something weird happening tonight. I know, like, we've talked about OBS or slobs or XSplit, and I'm not opposed to changing, but you cannot compare the setup here to any other setup. We just have a ridiculous number of components and whatnot that we're running here for in-person streams and remote sort of connected mics, and, you know, it's just like, whatever. All right, let's move on.
The viewers can't hear it, and that's what's important.
No. The players are important too. I never want you guys to feel like this is not for you. You guys are
Well, I meant for
critical part of
tonight.
this.
I meant for tonight.
I meant entirely. No. F those guys.
So you're all hearing static. Well, let me just take one quick moment to see. I mean, all those settings are the same.
I feel like the
Going
show
back
has
to
become a
Zoom.
bit static.
Oh. Says the guy who couldn't finish one combat.
Wait, no, I finished one combat.
No, you said it wasn't done
Rip.
yet.
Rip.
Okay.
Rappy me.
Oh, you meant for me.
Yes.
Okay, on my stream. I thought you meant for Phelan.
No,
Oh, sorry.
your stream, dude.
Yeah, heck no.
I'm
not finishing
Was that hard to see?
I'm going to play that combat till I die. It's just going to be in that same battle and we'll never get to it.
All right. We resume as we come back. Gosh, I love that dragon. Our Nightbot's going to kick off here, and we will do our giveaway for the taverns. And I'll show you the other two giveaways we have tonight. So this guy, Taverns book, I've showed it 3 times now tonight. That's going to be the giveaway now. We'll do another one at our second break, which will be here, probably in an hour or so. The Dancing Hut of Baba Yaga, an advanced second edition D&D module, Lightning Source reprint, original TSR, and these reprints are like full color all throughout. So if you've not, they're actually in many cases better than the originals. In terms of the actual production quality. So like this guy's got all the maps, everything in here, and this is for levels 7 to 20, a monstrous module. And then the grand prize is tonight from our friends at Mantic Game, Kings of War, we have the Ogre Warlock miniature, which you know you want an Ogre Warlock. Who does not want an Ogre Warlock miniature? But for now, we're going to do the Tavern giveaway, and the winner is... Type in the chat, just type exclamation point giveaway. That's all you need, exclamation point giveaway. There you go, there you go. I see many of you popping in. Appalachian, Biggie, I Am DeBean, Fraley, Hey Ortiz, Rory, Mystical Unicorn, thank you, Manda, Pat, the other Pat, I'm sorry, I shouldn't say the other Pat, Stubbs, Pat Draws, 66, Robert, Hunter, Ranger, Keith, Roger, Wickman, thank you so much, ZM345, Z-Zump, give you just another moment. Go ahead, type it in, you could be in the entry, and the winner is of our first of 3 giveaways tonight. I Am DeBean! Congratulations, I Am DeBean. I think I have your content already. You won a giveaway one other time. So just if not, and if I'm smoking something right now, just pop it in my Discord. But congratulations, and we've got 2 more giveaways to go. All right. Anaho. You scurry along the walls. I'm sorry, scurry is a bad word. Sounds like you're a rat. You pad along the streets of Relastra through the night. You find there is a church that is along a wall between the 2 gates leading from the Barbarian Quarter into the Common Quarter. And you begin to climb. You see a spire leading up. And you climb further, and we're going to come back to your roll now to the rest of the party. Rizia. As you swallow your Cheetos, your head, it pounds with pain. You see stars in your eyes. You reach up, you touch, there's blood streaming from the side of your head. And as you look around, you're in a narrow cell, probably 20 feet long, 10 feet wide. You hear torches guttering on the outside of the walls. You hear the faint sounds of breath from Phelan. As your head cranes up, you see the bodies of Moria and Taldar laying. You see no sign of Anaho, and you lay alone in this cell. As the torches crackle and gutter, the smoke wafts through. You look around. These stones look ancient. There's moss growing on the walls, mold and mildew, the scent of death, and you hear moaning in the distance.
I'll go and check it out. Actually, you know what? I'm going to see what I have on me. Did they take my stuff?
All right, I'm going to back you up. Because we roleplay here. So, roleplay, getting up off the ground. You were just knocked unconscious. Despite your desire for food, you're hearing moans around you. You know 2 of your party members were killed. So like, put yourself, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to put you on the spot, but I'm trying to encourage you as a DM. Like, you don't just like pop up and bounce around. Your head is pounding, blood streams. You've seen people killed. You're in a strange place. Act.
She just gets up with disdain, groaning. I guess she'll kind of just sit up, but I don't know, just her upper body, like not up, like get up all the way, and she'll try to just kind of scoot herself closer to the wall if she can, just to kind of get her bearings to try to sit up against the wall for support.
Okay, the back wall. There we go.
Yep.
Okay, all right.
Yep. She'll wipe the blood from her face and then just start patting herself down, looking around. Rizia has seen a lot of death in her travels and stuff like that as well. She didn't really get to know Taldar and Moria too well to be too hurt by their death.
Right.
This is not a Millie Lillis situation here.
No,
tears
exactly,
will be
yes.
shed. And she kind of just looks around trying to get her bearings. Again, just annoyed with life, with the Relastra. Again, she's just like, I hate this place so much. Like, ugh. And she just kind of starts patting herself down, looking around, looking to see what she still has on her person.
All right.
She doesn't really care about the groaning from afar, as long as it's not somebody that she knows.
Oh, so well done. No. So, the groaning from afar is definitely not someone you know. Well played. And I wasn't trying to extract something that was not appropriate to your character. I just wanted to keep you immersed in the moment. And since I only have one person conscious right now in this scenario, I was like, so no, you did a great job. So as you look around, again, you feel woozy. You have everything on your person with the exception of your axe. You tried to pick it up. You failed. That's why you took those blows to the skull. Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead. No, you had.
With that, as she kind of just chased to make sure she knows what she has on her, she'll just use the wall to kind of stand herself up and then just take a look around to see where she's at.
All right. As you look around, to your left, you see the bodies of Phelan, Moria, and Taldar. Only Phelan's has a faint rise and fall of the chest. As I said, he's looking pale, and more so by the moment. He twitches, and he's sort of crying out in his sleep as though nightmares and then moments of strange moans come from his lips.
Well, that's exactly what she would have done, actually, Pat. Thank you. It's actually hilarious. It's hilarious, but she would do that. She actually will look at, go through Phelan's, as I say, body, but he's not dead yet. Belongings.
No. As you walk to Phelan, like Josh's role play, just that moment was not incorrect. You see, he's moaning and kind of rolling side to side, and there's an undulation that he's doing, which looks somewhat inappropriate, I would say. But he looks pallid, like he's on his last breath, but he is still remembering. Go ahead.
So he makes potions. So she's just going to look through his body, seeing if she can find anything to help him.
Phelan, tell her everything she finds on your body.
Yes, tell me everything. Describe it.
Oh, Josh gets to speak for the first time in 4 hours.
Okay.
Probably 4.5 hours, I think. Yeah.
Let's see what we got. Okay. So you would find
a dance rave. That's right, Wick.
Oh gosh, here we go. So
anything to help you heal is basically what I'm looking for.
You find a few bottles with odd-looking liquid in them.
You give her like colors, descriptions, the shapes. Like, yeah, you don't tell her what they are. Just like tell her what they look like. DM, come on.
Would I know? Would I be able to discern what a health potion looks like, though?
No, heck no, because like that would be different by culture, by society, by like no, like there's no such thing as a health potion. Like,
well, then I think we're gonna have to eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
No, exactly. Yes, exactly.
Let's see. There would be a gray potion.
A gray?
Wayne, wait. Groping in the hopes of healing. Exactly right, Wayne. That's damn weirdo. Groping in the hopes of healing. And so
okay, so you said gray.
There's gray. There's yellow. There's brown. There's a caramel brown. There's No, he wouldn't have that one. There's a purple one. No, he wouldn't have that one. There's a maroon one. There's a blue one. Yeah, and that would be it.
She's just gonna kind of like lay them all out and just look at them and kind of like, well.
All right. So the colors she has again. Say them one more time because you kind of know.
Yeah, of course, totally.
Gray, yellow, brown, caramel brown, purple, maroon, and blue is what.
Yeah, that's what I said.
I wrote them down.
Exactly.
Thank you.
So she's just gonna kind of lay them all out in front of her, in between her and Phelan, and kind of just sit there and like scratch her head. I wish I would knew more about these potions. I could possibly give him something and maybe it'll heal him.
There's also 10 small bottles with 10 small metal bottles.
Oh God.
With odd little like wax strings coming out of the top of them.
And that's exactly what she's gonna say. Like as she kind of pulls all these things out, she's like, "Oh God, there's more."
Yeah, so clarifying,
kind of,
right?
Yeah, to like look at them, and then she's gonna try to like just kind of like give him some like taps on the face, like Phelan.
Harder.
So Phelan, you are suffering from the poison. Not from a blow to the head. So you are growing deeper and deeper into your psychosis and your hallucinations. Nice. I'm not asking for a baby butter muffin moment, but you rolling over back and forth, these slaps are not bringing you closer to consciousness. They feel like they're driving you deeper into unconsciousness.
Yeah, honestly, as you slap him, he rolls over and goes, "Pedals you got harder." And just rolls back over.
Phelan, listen to me. It's Liam. Does that do anything to you?
All right, Josh, I would never normally allow this, but I think that's good role play by Vivi. So if you can roll, I'm going to roll a d20 for you, just so people can see it on the screen.
If I could use my Pat Draw's advantage for this.
Yeah, okay, so I'll roll 2 d20s on Tailspire. All right, everyone can see it here.
Yeah, sure.
And I'm going to drag the first one. That's
Thank
a 7.
you, Pat Draws.
And the second one. Whoops, I just did the 2.
Come on, better than a 7, please.
I'm going to give you 3 since I did 2 there. That's my fault. So you get 3 on that. And those are 18 and 10.
18.
I don't know if I'm trying to go lower or higher.
Well, you kind of got a little mix of everything.
No. The only time you go high, so I'm sorry, I don't want to confuse you guys. The only time you go low is when I say an ability check. That's the only time.
We haven't said anything.
I didn't?
No.
Well, I suck as a DM. I'm sorry.
No, you don't.
No, so
He did when I was asking about when I was rolling for a thing.
Yeah. All right. So no, I'm sorry. Those slaps, those comments. You say Liam to him, and he goes deeper into these moaning, strange, psychotic motions, and you see blood start to leak out of his nose.
Nice.
Okay. Well, if that doesn't work, she will get up. What else is in this prison?
All right, so you see there's a pair of straw beds on these dank cobblestone floors. You still hear the moaning in the distance, but you see there are 2 gates, one on each left and right. You should be able to see here. You're standing sort of in the middle. There's one to your left. There's one to your right. You hear torches outside.
Does Phelan have a weapon on him? What do you have, Phelan?
He has, other than the Vorpal blade at his side, he has a dagger. A nice dagger, but that's about it.
Okay, she'll take both of those.
Okay.
What's the
So
Is it a Vorpal sword?
Yes, a Vorpal sword.
No, he's joking. Stop. Don't.
Dang it! I was so hoping we could do it.
Yeah, these first level characters, exactly.
We were just
I
playing it
love
off all casual. I'm like, yeah, you. What did it say?
Yeah, totally.
You find a dagger.
No, he's just got a dagger on him. That's all he has.
What do you have? What's the dagger
He's
again?
not a
1d4?
fighter.
1d4?
Yeah.
Yeah, 1d4. But it says on my sheet, no joke, for some reason.
No,
I
on your sheet.
crit
Stop.
on a 19 or 20.
Stop.
Okay.
Just tell her what the dagger looks like. Don't say what's on your sheet.
Freak. So very phallic in no, just kidding. So
Did you say phallic or phallic?
yes.
I heard phallic, very phallic.
So the blade has a brown leather handle. The bottom of it has a silver pommel that has a freak. Almost floral design to it, more like the branches of something with little leaves coming off of it. You know, like that kind of French texture that you see on stuff. So it's that on the pommel, and then on the handle, it's very stiletto in nature. It's got a thin hilt to it, and then a very thin blade coming up, and it probably about a blade that's 8 inches long.
Okay.
Yep.
She'll take the dagger and she'll kind of look at it. It looks very intricate, not normal to just a normal regular
Right. No, definitely.
dagger. So she'll just like she'll mumble to herself, "This looks important to him, but hopefully I don't break it." And she'll pocket it and then carry him up into one of those little hay stacky things instead of him just laying on the floor, if she can.
Yeah, you pick him up. You see his form's surprisingly light. To you, this is no challenge at all. He keeps twitching and moaning in ways that, frankly, make you feel odd. It's not comfortable, but he is clearly in the throes of some sort of dream or nightmare. And then you place him on this pallet.
Hey, Rizzy, don't talk for her. Rizzy, is it comfortable for you? Are you possibly enjoying?
He's a little creeped out, however, kind of interested. She's like, what is happening there? And she will take the purple potion. I mean, why not?
Freak.
You got 2 advantages there, Josh. Thank you, Pat. Pat Draws gave you 2 advantages.
I thanked
for the
him very,
sleepy
very
boy.
much.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
I'll go over to the doors. Do they look? What do I see outside?
All right, so you're going the one closer to his body, or the other one where you were?
Yes.
closer?
Yeah, I'm already there. I might as well.
Yeah. All right. So you walk through. You peek out, and as you look across, the moans begin to cease, and you see a pallid figure peering at you across the way through a similar set of bars. You are all doomed. The end times come. Have you not seen the stars? The signs in the skies?
Is that the old man from before when we saw him outside? And he was like, no, it's a different guy?
He's saying similar things. Not the same, but saying not the same, but like, yes, you get a similar vibe from him.
Okay.
You see pallid skin and pale hair. The prophets come. The skies show. The time of the end is nigh. Soon the land and the demons awake. They awake soon. And he wanders off from the bars.
And she's just gonna be like, interesting. Okay, got it. Demons awake soon. End of near. Okay. And then she'll just go over to the other side, see what else she can see.
Okay. You walk over to the other door. As you look at the gates, you walk past the moans of the fallen Phelan, and you see another fallen figure. As you peer through the gates, you can see there's another cell, but then you also hear there is a sound that comes from above. A door being opened, and you hear it from the top of the stairs. Footsteps are coming. As you look through, roll perception, please.
Ooh, okay. Perception, 17 total.
You see the form on the other side, and you recognize it. It is the spider. This tiny, diminutive form lies on the ground, blood streaming down the side of her cheek. It looks like her ear has been cleft and is gone from this side. You can see a bit of skull. It's tough to tell if she's even alive. But then you hear footsteps coming down the stairs.
With that, Rizia will lean against the cell wall, like similar to what she did when she just got up, and then kind of just look down a little bit. She's trying to just pretend that she's either injured or out, but still paying attention to who's coming.
Okay. You lay down against the back wall, and I'm going to put you here as sort of an unconscious state. You're trying to pretend that, correct?
Yep. Yes.
All right. Whoops, wrong way. Didn't mean to do you. I just brought Taldar up. That is not right. You knock down. Oh gosh, I'm failing. Turn this way.
Come.
You lay back against the pallet. As the footsteps come down, you hear two things. One, a rasping breath. And the second, strong, heavy footsteps, sounding loud, and a faint slithering. As you hear these sounds, they soon come outside the door of your cell. Do you open your eyes or keep your eyes closed behind that cell door?
I said like I would kind of look like I would still be paying attention, but trying to look like my eyes were closed, but almost closed, but not all the way
So
closed.
you keep your eyes peeked open. Okay.
Yes.
All right. As they come down and these footsteps, you hear two voices. The first voice is gravelly in nature and says, "Are you sure? How could these be the ones? They look like worthless chaff, like rabble from the streets. Perhaps this time your voice and your vision has betrayed you." As you lay silently, you hear the heavy footsteps shuffle. You're trying to peek through the doors. The first you see is a pallid man. He stands well over 6 feet tall, but his skin is of an ivory white. His eyes are ebony, sunken hollows here. Black hair slicked back. He carries a flail in one hand, but has an imperious nature. You peek through, hoping your eyes are not seen, but his eyes rivet on you. But it's not he that catches your attention. It is the other. There you see a looming figure behind him. And I will show you here. No one else sees this, but you do, Rizia. As these two figures stand outside the doorway of your prison, the one that stands behind the one that spoke with a torch in one hand and a staff in the other, looms over him by probably 2 feet. And it is this voice as it peers through the doors.
No big deal.
That grips. No big deal. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Pat. Yeah, so that grips you to your bones as you hear something which is like from another plane. You look through your dimly slit eyes, and by the way, I'm going to make you make a stealth check in a second. And you see this creature, while probably 8.5 feet tall, a cowl is pulled over its head. It seems to be disguising a muzzle that barely peeks out the front. Bumps like ears at the back, but you can see nothing more except there is an undulating movement that grows across and then down a shoulder, past a sleeve. You think you briefly see a flickering tongue out one sleeve, and then back through it into the cloak, back down around the other side. And everything seems to become blurry. As you look at it, you feel a sense of distortion and disorientation, and like you've never felt before.
Yes, Master, I am sure these are they. Wait, perhaps not. Bring the big one, the bloody one. Have it brought closer to the doors.
You lay silent still? You see...
I feel like that's a good thing to do.
You see
No, you know what? Maybe I'll just try to stab it. Just for fun.
You see the one with the pale skin and the staff moves closer to the doors. His footsteps echo like walking through the chamber of a tomb. The torchlight seems to dim as he lifts one pallid finger, not skeletal. It's fleshly, but it's all pale skin. It goes with a simple crook. You see Taldar slammed against the gates of the cell. And the pale one looks across his shoulder. Now tell me, are you certain?
Yes. Look at the markings on his face. These are the ones I saw in my vision. Why, even the one on the floor back there, the simple dwarven wench. And there is another I sense somewhere above. These are the ones I saw in my vision. They are the ones that can make it. We must use them. We must use them, and I can help.
You, Siege Veined, have never failed me. Your visions have always been correct. But this seems like folly, a fool's errand. What possibly could these do? They died at the hands of my gods.
This is often the way of things. Do not judge what you see. The book is not often its cover. I have seen them. I have seen them in my visions, I assure you. Bring them closer.
Even so, it is unwise to cast your lots on one horse. Perhaps we should put others on this task.
Yes, Master. Yes. This makes sense. We can. But trust me, I have served you many times. I have done this for you often. You know I am your faithful servant. We can do this. Bring them to your side. Send them upon the errand. I can do what need be done here for them, and they will serve you. You will see, my visions are right. They are always right.
Find, fiend, should you say so. But my patience grows thin. Since the falling of Ivid, things have not progressed as I would have hoped. I should already be in power, and it seems at times your visions have grown weaker. You hear all of this, Rizia. What do you do, if anything? Or do you lay still and silent? All right, make your stealth check, please.
If I fail at pretending to be dead,
Well, your eyes are slit open. Your eyes are slit open,
I
right?
swear.
So it's
Can
not.
I please use advantage? Actually,
Yes, you
Thank
can.
very
Yes,
much.
you can and should.
oh Lord.
Not 20. I really rolled a 1 and a 20.
A 12. Oh, thank you for the advantage. Whoever gave her the advantage.
Whatever. Thank you. Muchly needed. I think it was I am Devine.
I am Devine. Thank you for that. I love it when the chatters influence the game in an appropriate way. I don't like it to be overbearing, but I think that's perfectly appropriate. There's a moment where you see the one with pallid skin talking to the towering one above him. Seems to look more closely at you, but then he shakes his head. Then do as you wish to do. Make it happen.
Yes, master. Yes.
You see he... Oops. You see he pulls out a rod from his robes, and as he pulls it out, the hand is furry with talons on it. And you briefly see the head of a snake slips out from the sleeve, licks at the top of the rod, and then slips back underneath the sleeve. You see the pallid one. Come hither. And he waggles his fingers, and you see Moria, thunk, and she slams against the bars of the cell. Thunk. You see Taldar slam against the bars of the cell. Thunk. You are slammed against the bars of the cell. Phelan, thunk, slammed against the bars of the cell. Rizia, do you still maintain a sense of unconsciousness or sleep, or what do you do?
Yes,
You do.
playing dead seems a good plan.
You're each pulled against the bars of the cell. There is a sense of strange, necrotic, arcane vibrations that surround. Oh wait, you guys told me this was loud last time. Let me turn it down. All you weaklings that can't handle loud sound effects. I'm teasing. Whoops. As you're slapped up against, you see there is still some blood trickling from Phelan's nose. His moans have stopped. You see Moria and Taldar are both utterly inert. And then the wand is held out from this furred, clawed hand. As the wand is held out, each of the hands of your friends are touched as they are pulled against the walls. I just crashed my... Hang on here real quick, because I really want this. No, just for me. As each of them are touched, it couldn't handle all of the amazing awesomeness happening here on this stream. As each of them are touched, the wand glows. And yeah, you're going to just have to deal with this loudness, because it should be loud this time. First, Moria. As it touches... Moria. Each of you now are going to have to make a saving throw, which is going to be, we're going to do an old school con check. So you need to roll beneath your constitution. If you have advantage, this would be the most important time to use it. This is a determination as to whether or not this, you can tell, even Rizia in your magic, addled state, and this creature is trying to raise Moria from the dead. As it touches, you see the front part of her hand begins to glow. And Moria, I need to know your rolls against your con.
Oh, you got advantage.
You don't have to show me. I trust you. You do whatever you rolled. You rolled.
I just got an advantage, so I'm gonna use it.
Oh yes, you did.
Everyone's rolling this, or just?
I'll get to that. No, not you.
Okay.
You're fine.
Okay.
Only you and only Taldar and Moria.
That would have been a really good roll if I was trying to fight something, but not so much for getting under my con.
Taldar, please roll.
Okay, I don't have advantage. I have advantage now.
Oh, yes, you do. Yes, you do.
I just got it.
Don't speak so soon.
I am the bean coming in
I
clutch.
am the bean.
Thank you, I am Devine. Yeah, Taldar and Handsome has been used quite a bit. We love it.
Oh,
I am Devine. I appreciate it. Because of you, I did indeed roll under my
Yes,
con. I rolled an
thank you.
8 and an 18.
All right. Now, before we conclude what happens to Moria, Moria, I mentioned to you last time, we talked after the last stream, you were calling out to your god, right? You actually aided another, and you are a cleric. So you were receiving a divine help. I don't know what your roles are. I'm not going to ask you what your roles are. But I'm giving you an inspiration as a DM, and this is not a retrospective. Oh, let me say I told her I was going to do this a week ago. I told her because she called out on her god and was doing the work of a cleric. Now, if you're looking at me and a D4 won't matter, then just tell me now and don't bother rolling. But if a D4 could get you under your con with either one,
It could on one of them.
well, then take that one, roll the D4. And actually, let's do this on screen. Pull your tray up.
Come on.
And whatever happens, happens.
Come on, please don't
Please.
come alive in this. This is the only
Don't
time
come
I'm asking you not to
alive.
come
All right,
alive.
so wait.
Oh, cool.
Before
We're
you
all
roll,
good.
before you roll, that's a gorgeous tray, by the way. Before you roll, your con is what?
A 12.
And the lower of the two rolls you had with advantage was what?
16.
Oh.
So if I
you
roll a
need
4, if I roll a 4, it would put me exactly at my con.
Wait, I thought you said. I'm sorry. I thought you said 14 and 16. Did I mishear?
My lower one was a 16. The other one was an 18.
Right. So your lower one's a 16. That's the one you're focusing on now. And
Yeah.
your con is a 14.
No, my
Mine is
con
a
is a
12.
12.
Oh, a 12.
If I get a 4 on the die, I could get exactly the 12.
Oh gosh.
You can do it.
It's a 25%.
Because it has to meet or be lower,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. It has to
That's
meet
how it
or
works,
be
right?
lower. Oh my gosh, I hate this. So she
Here we
needs a
go.
4. If it's a 3, 2, or 1, she is done. And this is
Wait.
only because Pat-
Does she have an advantage?
wait.
She has an advantage. Can she
Not
roll
with
her-
inspiration.
Not with inspiration.
Not with inspiration, no. And I can't
I'll
see
allow
the
it.
roll.
Just kidding.
I can't see. What is it? Just
It's a 1.
It's a 1.
That's the opposite of 4.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
You see Moria, she trembles, Rizia. You feel a vibration. You see a sigil starts to form on her hand and then dissipates, and Moria's form slumps and falls to the ground. Taldar, you see that same sigil. It forms on his hand. It is an elaborate looking, you're trying not to turn, you can't tell, it looks like a strange sort of cursive sigil on his hand, and it glows a green. You see Phelan, the same, glows green, something on his hand. No save need to be made for you, Phelan. You were not dead. You, Rizia, you feel a burning on your hand. You see that same cursive sigil on your hand.
Am I rolling?
No, because only the dead had to roll to make sure they could recover from the dead.
Oh, except, well, my vision was not exactly right. One did not make it, but I'm confident it was the large one with the markings on his face. He is the one that will get past the gates. I have seen this in my vision. It is truly fate.
Everyone else, well, I shouldn't say everyone. You're still trying to scale the walls there in Aho. Rizia, you would have no reason, Phelan, not to sort of rise from your spot. And you, Taldar, rise from your spot. You see exactly what I described, but I will describe it again. You find yourself in a strange place. You are awoken, Phelan, from the most pleasant dream you have ever had. As you're awoken from this dream, you feel a burning on your hand. You feel a suffusion of energy through your body, but you find yourself in the strangest place. You too, Taldar, as you feel consciousness come, you felt yourself moving toward the halls. You saw the faint sense of the eternal vigil. You saw the long hall and the fireplace in your eyes. You felt like perhaps you were moving toward that place, and then suddenly you are sucked back. You feel yourself in your body. Your hand burns, your body aches, your mind rocks. You leap up, feeling a sense of vertigo, despair, fear, anger. There are gates in front of you, bars. You hate being chained. You are accustomed to freedom and openness. You smell the dankness of city all around you, but then you also look through the bars and you see the strangest sights you have ever seen. As I've already described, a man of pallid flesh wielding a scepter and a torch. Another strange figure that towers over him by 2 feet, the largest you have ever seen. You hear the rustling of forms around you, and I will let you each decide how you respond when we come back from our second break. This will be our final break of the night. I'll give the players a chance to recoup. Blue Box will have our next giveaway after the break. We'll leave them.
What happened?
All right, so we'll leave the mics hot. You guys can chat. So just to recap, Taldar has come back to life. Now, he does not know that he was dead. He just to him, he felt like he was close to the halls of his forefathers. He saw the long hall and the fireplace, these things which are emblems of his afterlife. But then he was pulled back, and he feels a sense that this was right, but what he woke up to was not right at all. He hates where he's at. He sees bars and stone and smells death and blood. He looks through these bars. It is unconscionable to him what he sees around. You, Phelan, woke up from a very pleasant dream. But as you stagger up, you similarly are befuddled by what you see around you. You don't know where you are. Actually, I'm going to have you roll to see if you've ever seen Drax, because Drax does occasionally wander the city, as does the Fiend Sage. You, Rizia, you saw everything, so you can decide how you react to this all the way around. And Rory, it's your turn to be quiet a lot tonight. I'm sorry, this just happens with the story, but I will come back to you shortly. So I'll give all of you a moment to think about this, and
okay, I'm gonna go pee.
One more prep. Pee, coffee. We've got a good hour plus left on the stream. We've got 2 giveaways still coming. Mad chatters have been great. Thank you for those clutch. Especially, I mean, Moria. Oh my gosh. You know who's gonna be really mad at me? You know who.
Voldemort?
Hob.
Oh,
Hob has done.
Because she had finished my art.
I love your art so much. Like, honestly.
Have you seen it?
Oh yes, I have.
I saw the
sketches.
I saw the line drawing.
It is so freaking good.
It was pretty.
It is so pretty, and like as a DM, it's not just the backstory, it's the DM investment, it's the story investment, it's the money investment. And I gave every chance, including an extra chance for her. But the dice are the dice. The story is the story. She was killed. There was an attempted raise dead. Raise dead in my game requires a con check, and I even gave inspiration on that con check. It just was not meant to be. So I have your stats. Do you have, please don't, Evelyn, no, you've had a long day, 60 hours of a work week. You're probably, don't do that.
This is only my first of my 60, so, you know, I got more ahead.
All right, can you need a website for a page for Blue Box in Memoriam? No, I don't want that reputation. I don't like killing PCs. I don't. I just like making the game real and dangerous and hard because it's fun and they were
Okay,
choices that
I'm
were
ready
made.
for this.
So
My backup character. We can
yeah.
do this.
All right, send me the
When
rest of it. I've got
Taldor
the
dies
stats.
again.
Well, it's
and
no, Amanda.
Rizia,
I'm not killing. No, I'm not.
And
Please
then
stop
Anaho
that.
is going to fall away soon. We'll have a bingo.
Gosh, I don't know. This is just. I tell you what this is. This is I'm gonna claim this, and if anybody gets mad at me, I'm sorry. I did hear somebody on a separate chat this week say they were the #1 video game theorist in the world in a chat, and I thought, okay, wow, claim that, my friend. Put that out there. I don't think I'm the #1 anything, but I think I'm a pretty decent DM, and what I think I have is some fantastic role players. And they get involved in their characters and they play their characters the way they should be played. And so, as a DM, you don't put the rubber band or the video game sense of, oh, at level 1, you only get level 1. At level 2, you only get level 2. You can have more dangerous situations, and the players can respond as they would, which they did. And then as a DM, you try to extend some lifelines, but you don't just put the bumpers on the bowling alley for them, where any ball they throw automatically hits the pins. You try to make it a game which has the combination of danger, but also forgiveness and the role play element of it. And I really, 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 really wanted Moria to survive tonight. For a lot of reasons. Hey, thank you, first time viewer. The Arms of an Angel auto plays in memoriam. All right, you know what? I don't care about what's going to happen with our mutes on YouTube or DMCA strikes. Evelyn, pick your memorial song.
One that's not copywritten.
No, I don't care. Pick a copywritten song. Pick the song you want. No one
Halo
cares.
by Beyonce.
Something for the 70 viewers we have right now to just enjoy. Hey, Rollers of Fate. Oh, thank you. Amazing chatters, amazing players. Not going down in a blaze of glory. That's not fair. All right, while she's looking. No, not simply. What? No. That's horrible, Moose. Another first-time chatter. The Dungeon Geek. Just the Halo. Oh, whole Halo theme song. I like that. But I'm let Evelyn choose. If
Just
you don't have
sung by the kids in the bathroom. I love that one, Dungeon
Should I
Geek.
do that one? Oh, thank you for the sub, Marcus Flores 13. Hey, Sam. Sam, your giveaway's going out this week. You are the most winning member of all of our Mad Chatters from across the ocean. You've won 2 now, I think. No, she didn't die by fire, Wayne. Come on.
Not yet.
Oh, I left my coffee upstairs. Oh well.
No choice,
It's
Evelyn?
Restaurant.
Or are you not working on that right now? All right, let's do
I'm
this.
setting some stuff for my.
You're doing
Okay.
the important stuff. Let me do this. The crazy. All right, Halo theme sung by kids. Is it kids? No, it's not kids.
See, if you're gonna go with anything, it should be Lord of the Rings based, and it should be the one that's completely in Elvish.
The one. Oh, crud.
That's the actual lines from the book that it's about. I have strength from this. What is it? I can't remember that one. Hold on.
I know the one. I think I know the one you're talking about. It's the one I did when my daughter graduated from high school and went off to college, and I wept for like 2 hours.
As you should.
Yes.
Hey, you have a daughter in college?
Yes. Did you miss the Gen Z and D stream?
Yeah, really?
His daughter was up there.
Thank you, everyone.
See, you're old enough. Josh, you are old
Dust in
enough
the Wind.
to
That would have
be
been a
John's
good one.
son.
Yeah, we're doing a DMCA strike tonight. Just be for a minute or two. It's just going to be fun. I like memorials, these important moments for characters. Moria was a fantastic character.
I'm glad Liam got that song.
Liam died in his first session.
It's fine, John.
And ran into a sword, skewered himself.
Semantics.
Was nowhere near as beloved. Sorry.
Oh, that's hurtful.
No.
That's
Oh,
fine.
he didn't have time.
No. What's said, what's been said is said.
He would have been. Do you have the song yet, Evelyn, or no?
Oh no, I got distracted again.
Is it
Sorry,
Rise to
I'm
War? Is
picking
it
things.
no? That's not it. Summer. It's actually Return of the King. Let me go. Return. It was in the last one. Return of
the Queen.
Final. Let's do that. I don't know if that's the right one, but it might be.
Final.
No, it's the one that was with Boromir's death.
Oh, Lord of the. Okay, Return of the King.
This- that was in the
Are we on Harry Potter now?
Fellowship.
Nope, Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings
Did you
Fellowship.
just really
yeah.
refer
Okay.
to Boromir as Harry Potter?
Hey, I just put my headset on.
No, that doesn't matter. Like that should have been.
Lament of the Winds is the name of that one.
Oh, all right. Here we go. And let me kill the ad that's going to inevitably come. Nope. Yep, it did. I didn't get suckered in by that. And here we go. Moria, one of my favorite PCs, one who I've spent now between two artists literally hundreds of dollars on artwork. That's not a joke. But
I'm sorry that the
we've already taken our DMCA strike, so we'll leave it up for just a bit more. Blue Box is back, and we mourn. The death had already occurred, but there was a chance. She had called out to her god, Moria, a faithful paladin. The attempt to raise her, I would suggest, perhaps was foiled by the clearly devious nature of those raising her. So the dice did not respond to a failure on Moria or Evelyn's part. The dice responded to the source of the raising. And Moria is gone. In the chat, and I'm not going to talk about this much because I want to jump right back into the gaming. I don't want people to miss the moment, but type !giveaway, and we'll do the second giveaway tonight, which is the Dancing Hut of Baba Yaga, a glorious Lightning Source reprint of the AD&D 2nd edition. Type that in the chat, !giveaway, and that will be done shortly. Taldar, as you slowly focus your eyes and recognize this strange place that you're in, you see the hulking figure standing behind the bars. You can see nothing through its cowl except the undulating motion that seems to go back and forth, side to side, occasionally down the sleeves, and this pallid figure that stands next to it. What do you do?
Taldar looks around the cage, sees Rizia, sees Phelan, and then sees Moria still on the ground line. He's confused. You can see it in his eyes. There is, he doesn't understand what is going on. The last he knew, he was swinging an axe in an inn, and the confusion starts to build into a bit of anger. But he immediately goes over to Moria, who is lying motionless now. He kneels down next to her, knowing what she has done for him, and shakes her a little bit.
As you do this, you see she's taken several blows from a sword. Clearly none of those came from these doors. This must have happened somewhere else. You see a partially burned sigil. As you reach out to her, you see there is on your hand, it's a letter, and you're not familiar with letters, but you know this is some sort of strange script on your hand, and yours is glowing a pale green. On her hand, you see half a letter formed on the right, never finished, and coagulated blood covering her body.
He'll look over his shoulder at Rizia. What happened?
Question DM, are those two creepy guys still outside the cell or no?
They're standing right there looking. In fact, they're chatting back and forth. They've not moved. They're watching you.
Rizia will move behind the bars, because there's to the bars and then there's a wall, right?
Yeah, so here,
Just out of view.
I'm pulling it back. So you're going to move to the left, away, or to the right? Probably the left. There's more room to the left. All right. All right. So you see Rizia, she gives you a furtive kind of shake of the head, and she moves to the back.
And she'll just, she kind of just slinks back out of the way, and she's kind of like, and like,
you hear a laugh as she does this.
She does not want to be near that thing. She doesn't know what it is.
And as you're moving away, Taldar will look at you. What happened?
And she's just gonna back up a little bit, just because it's like he just came back from the dead. So yeah, there's that.
And I would say that's fair, because normally I would say, well, you don't know if he was dead, but yeah, you saw massive
100%.
amounts
I saw
of
him
blood,
dead. He was dead.
cold, pallid flesh.
Dead.
Yeah,
Not even mostly dead.
You were pretty darn sure he was dead. Yes.
Yeah. She'll kind of just back up a little bit, hands up. Like, obviously she doesn't have her weapon or anything. She'll just look at him. You died, and now you're alive because of that. And she's just going to point, like, in the direction of those things.
As she points, you see she has the same symbol on the back of her hand that you have.
He will look back towards Moria and kind of quieter. Why is she not alive?
I don't know.
And that's when he'll stand. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, it's okay. Go ahead. She'll if he's going to stand, she's going to stop talking.
So he's going to stand up and go to the gate, to the bars. Why is she not alive?
You see those two figures I described several times now. The shorter one, the pallid flesh, pulls away, and you just hear a chuckle that still emanates from him. She was weak. She could not, would not, or perhaps had a standard from a god that she would not obey. And as he says this, you see the taller one turns towards you. It looms. It's the biggest humanoid creature you've ever seen, Taldar. Towers, you are tall and dark. This thing towers 2 feet over you. You can, again, barely see past, but through the cowl you see that snout I referenced earlier. You see the undulations, but you see all of that. And it says,
not all are worthy. Sometimes the really short ones, they don't deserve to come across the gateway. But you, oh, yes.
and it points to your face. And as it does, you feel a warmth on those symbols on your face.
You are worthy, and these are your companions. And she was not. Sorry. No, I'm actually sorry. No. I'm actually sorry. Sorry.
Phelan, go ahead.
Can I make that roll to see if I know who this is?
Yes, you absolutely may. Roll a knowledge local.
Okay.
It should not be a hard roll.
I got a 14 on the die.
Yeah, you're fine. You're fine.
Okay.
You've seen Drax. Drax roams the streets. Now, you've seen this other figure before, not wearing the cloak, and you know this is the Fiend Sage. But the Fiend Sage typically comes through the streets uncovered. For some reason now, he has the cowl and the covering pulled over. You know exactly who this is.
So, Drax is the really tall one, or the Fiend Sage is the really tall one?
Drax is the short, pallid one with the torch and the staff. He is the
Gotcha.
Drax the Invulnerable. The Fiend Sage is actually, you know he's a demon. You don't know what kind of demon. And he is covering his head. And when you've seen him before, he has a head of a wolf and a snake. So the wolf and the snake are the two heads. The snake is what you have seen moving through the garments. You have seen this before where he was open in the streets. For some reason now he's covered.
Phelan, when he first came back, like all of this is going on around him, but he would immediately like shot up and gotten to his knees, like one knee down, one hand up, and then he like reaches for his dagger. It's not there. Reaches for his potions or any other of his flask, and none of them are there.
You find none of them.
And then he looks up and he meets the gazes, and like it takes a second, and his just mouth goes slack, his face goes even paler, and he just slowly puts the other knee down and puts his head towards the ground in just like a bowed manner, but still like looking up and then looking back down, looking back up, looking over, looking back down, looking up. Saying nothing though.
All right. I want you guys to think about it. Quick pause. We're going to come back out to you, Anaho. Anaho. You are scrabbling up from that church spire. You see a cross, like symbol, kind of, it's a tilted arms on the cross, but a tipped spire. As you pull up to it, you make a climb check.
And if I may, realizing I didn't grab anything from the tavern before I start to climb, can I see if in this temple there's like a tinderbox or something to light with?
Well, you could, but you have to go inside. Well, I mean, you see lights glowing, so yes, you could presume there would be.
Yeah, like
if you're
before I
doing
start
that.
to climb. Go inside.
Okay. I've made you wait long enough. I'll say yes. You could sneak in. Well, just again, roll a d20. Don't roll horrible. If you do, tell me if you do.
13 on the die.
That's fine. All right, so you sneak in, you pull a candle out. Now you're back up there on the parapet.
Oh, that's fine. So I was looking for like a tinderbox or something to light with, not to actually have light on.
Oh,
me, but-
that's a whole different deal. Yeah,
Yep,
that would take
so
a
that's
lot more
fine.
time. Okay.
All right, so without that, I will roll with advantage because this is not a strong suit. Dirty 20.
Yeah, I mean, you're a nimble fellow. So you pull your way up, you climb this, you leap across. Now you're making the jump. You catch the parapet, or sorry, the walls, the crenellations. There are slight crenellations. They're not tall. They just kind of block the wall from the barbarian quarter into the common quarter. As you grab onto it, make another roll. Just d20, flat d20, add your dex.
I'm going to regret this.
Get some.
21.
Yeah. You grab it, you pull yourself over the crenellations, you slip through, and Anaho, as you come to this side, you see something you've never seen before. The architecture of the city, you saw glimpses through the gates. It's demonic. You see buildings that sit at odd angles. You see sharp edges. You see things which seem to defy natural law. There are bulbous globes and strange curves. Everything about this screams unnatural. And these streets, if you thought the streets of the barbarian quarter were odd, these streets make chills ripple up your spine. You see nothing except cowled figures walking in unison through the streets. Men and women, by height, you're presuming, different races, all walking with gray cowls, heads down, in unison, all across the streets, back and forth. It's the most... I'll use the word for our stream. Obviously, this would not be a word for Anaho, but I want to convey this to my players and my chatters and my viewers. Alien. What you see here is something so bizarre to you, you have no context for it in your mind.
John, I sent you all my stuff, by the way,
Thank you.
in Discord.
I'm pulling it up now.
Sorry, John, if you would remind me what quarter this is. I know there's the barbarian,
there's the barbarian, the
common,
common, and then the old. So
The
you've
old,
got
okay.
you got still a full quarter to get to the old, but you don't know where they are. You have no idea.
I'm in the old quarter now, though, right?
Nope. You've crossed from the barbarian to the common. The old.
Common.
Yeah, you're not in the old. You're in the common.
Yeah. And that's where they went, was into the common?
You
Or I
don't
still
know.
have to...
You don't
I still
know.
have to get through... oh, my goodness.
You don't know. They went through the gates. You were scared away by the guards.
Yeah.
You pushed through. You don't know where they are. Now I'm telling you, OOC,
Yeah.
that's not where they are, but you don't know that as
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I hear you. That's sucky. So I'm in the common, and it's all weird, and that's even in comparison to like the stuff that I've seen. Like it's even stranger than the stuff that I've seen in my
right, because
backstory.
all you've glimpsed was through the gates. You've never been on this side of the gates. As you stand atop the walls and you see these strange architectures and these marching figures, you've never really even been interested in the common quarter at night. You've been enjoying yourself in the Barbarian Quarter, and you've been enjoying the sights and sounds and the Lady Luck and all the, like, you've also been searching for things, which I will not say now, but you've kind of referenced, like, you've been on your search. You had no reason to come here. What you're seeing now as you come atop this wall, it is nothing like you've ever seen. And I need you to make a stealth check, please.
I'm glad I didn't use that advantage.
You see as these cowled gray figures walk, occasionally one will pull its head up.
$16.
You see one kind of looks up at you, and you can catch through the light of one of the two moons that light the Flanness. It's a woman. Her skin is dark. Her eyes are pale. Through her cowl, you think she sees you, but you duck behind one of those crenellations, and her head ducks back down.
Oh my goodness, I should have stayed where I was. This is stupid. Well, crap. This is not where I want to be. This is not a good place. I definitely want to go back to the tavern. Oh man.
You can do as you wish. I'm not telling you what to do.
I know.
I'm
Start a
painting
new
the
life,
scene
man.
for you. Yes, you can. If you want to like vanish from this group, like you can do what you want.
I'm so curious. In my pursuit to find them, I'll, I guess, just take it. I don't have a clue where they're at other than they are not in the Barbarian Quarter. That's all I know.
Yeah, you saw them go through the gate in the Common Quarter. That's all you know.
And they could have gone anywhere. And I know there's sewers because it's a city. I know that there's buildings.
Yep.
So I'm kind of screwed. So I'm.
Whenever
How
Terry
late
laughs,
is
I
it?
get concerned. Like, what's going on? Like, Terry, just you freak me out when you laugh. It's the beer.
How late is it? Is it like
No, so like
midnight?
it's like between 12:30 and midnight now. Yeah, because you left the tavern. This is all happening in 30-40 minutes.
Right. And I don't want to stay up because that's going to suck tomorrow. But I have nowhere to stay that I know is safe. So
you do sense. I'm going Squid Games here. You do sense you're exposed atop this wall. The longer you stay here, the more likely you are. Sorry, Josh.
Right.
The more likely you are to be seen.
So I haven't hopped over the wall yet. I'm still on the wall.
You're still atop the wall. You can go to either side.
Oh.
You can go into the Common Quarter or back to the Barbarian Quarter. It's your choice, Anahu. Hob has infernal screaming. Hob, really? I'm gonna pay you no matter what. Actually, I've already paid you no matter what. Yes, I'm infernally screaming as well.
Yeah. Well, if I was thinking I was over. If I'm not over, I'm going back to the Barbarian Quarter. I don't have any good references inside there. If I had somewhere I could go.
No. I would say you have beyond good reference. What you saw atop this wall chilled your soul. Even from your experience, and I know your experience in Aho, this is different. Everything you've seen, you have no analog, no sense of what this is like. This community, this world that you come over across this wall is utterly discordant to your entire experience. You feel a chill in your soul. You fall back to the Barbarian Quarter?
Yeah, because that's what I mean. Within this common area, I have no reference point to go to that I know is safe.
No.
Of any sort. So yeah, I'm gonna slink back into the barbarian side.
You pull back across the other side, and I don't think anyone in the chat will blame you. Now, we go back to the party inside. Taldar, you have screamed, you have shouted, you have spat, you have seen all that has happened. And what does the party do?
So Taldar's going to turn away from the ones outside.
Okay.
And he's going to kneel down next to Moria again.
Okay.
He's going to reach into his pouch that's at his side. And he's going to pull out a small totem that he had carved some time ago in the shape of a stoic warrior entering battle. He's going to take Moria's hands. He's going to place them on her stomach and slip the totem into her hands. At that point, he's going to then check her pouches and any of her belongings to see if there's anything that he feels would be important to take to keep her memory alive.
All right, so I will let Evelyn describe everything on her person.
Sure. So she doesn't have much. She was pretty simple as far as things go, but he'll find initially the items that she just actually purchased earlier at the marketplace for the blanket and the flint and steel, a bedroll, some hemp and rope, 50 feet of which. And then there's her spell component pouch. She only has 12 gold on her, so just a little bit of coin, 12 gold and 46 silver and 15 copper pieces in her little belt pouch. That was what was left after purchasing her items.
You have to say little belt pouch. That just made it sound so much worse.
And then, of course, she wears around her neck the holy symbol of Baranar True Silver, the two interlinked rings that represent Baranar and her husband, Moradin. And so they're interlinked. And then her mace and the shield that's marked with the same symbol. That is all she has upon her other than her breastplate and her robes.
As she does this, you hear, I'll let you respond, Terry, I don't want to interrupt you, but just like, because this is all simultaneously happening, you hear from the other side.
This is normal, Master. There is often weeping from these mortals. They don't understand, but they have no choice.
And then you hear the other one say, but did you say these were the only?
No. There are others in the Brotherhood. They have 2, I believe, pieces of the fallen girl. It's a matter not for us now. I've seen in my vision there is one in the depths of the sea of dust, but we have no concern for that. Now, this one is here and close to us.
Fine. Then do as you will. Back to you, Terry.
And Taldar will look at the necklace, and he will gently slip it off of Moria, and he will slip it into his pouch. I'm assuming I don't have my great axe with me, right?
Well, you didn't say you dropped your great axe.
Correct.
You fell. They didn't particularly remove it. So let's do what would be the appropriate check here? I'll tell you what, let's do a quick D6 check between the two of us. Treat it like initiative.
Okay.
So I'll roll D6. If you beat me on the D6, your cold, dead hands were gripped on that axe, and they just picked you up. They weren't worried about you. You were dead.
Right.
Rigor mortis instead of
rigor mortis. quick rigor mortis. No, just the barbarian heroism. I have a 4 on the die.
I have a 6.
All right.
Yeah.
Then, as you wake up, you see your hands are clutched around your blood-soaked axe.
All right. So like I said, he will take the necklace. He will slip that into his pouch, and he will take a swing at the bars. in front of him.
You slam your axe into the bars. They are thick and steady. Your axe ting, bounces off, sparks fly, and you hear laughter. Foolish. Perhaps. You are right, Fiend Sage. I see fire in this one. He will serve us well.
And Taldar will look over at Rizia. And where's your weapon?
Funny story about that. I do not have it anymore. It's back at the tavern. I do have a dagger, however, but it doesn't belong to me. And then as soon as she looks up, she'll look, or I guess Phelan's on the ground, correct? She'll look down at Phelan.
No, Phelan's up.
No, he sat down after
he sat, yes, but he's not sorry.
Yeah. I just meant he's down. And she'll kind of call him Phelan and like toss him his dagger. And your potions are there.
He'll look over at you as you toss the dagger. How do you throw it? Do you like throw it handle first? Do you throw it blade first? How are you throwing this to me?
Depends. Just kidding. It would be more of like a toss and then like let it skid across the ground. She knows that Phelan is not a fighter in that sense, so she's not going to just like and you're dead.
Yes.
She'll just kind of throw it at you. As it skids across the ground, it stops like right in front of you. And your potions are over there.
He'll look at you. He'll see it roll. And he'll like glance in the directions of the potion. But he just like looks between you and the two outside. You and the two outside and kind of in a like, shut up. Shut up. Then he'll just put his head back to the ground.
Well roleplayed, Josh. Vivi, Rizia sees this. There is a fear. Like, you sense, of course, these are dangerous figures outside. But what you're seeing from Phelan is something beyond what you would have expected.
Again, she just keeps her back against that wall in between, trying to keep the wall in between them. Not standing near the bars.
Okay. Before I move on with the two clearly villains here, I want to give the players a chance to roleplay any further if they would like to.
Not with anything that, just the way that Phelan had behaved in regards to that. She'll just stay close to the wall, out of sight as best as she can.
And Taldar's gonna, after his swing and after his question to Rizia, looks back at the fools on the outside of the bars. Let us out of here now.
As you move to the bars, and Taldar, even for you, you have this constitution emotionally of great strength. You feel evil emanating off of these creatures, but you manage to resist. You don't even have to roll. Like, this is your nature. You do again feel this flaring of the sigils on your face. As you step to the bars, the tall one looks to the one next to him and says,
"See, I told you. He has the power. He has much more than what's shown in the tavern. That spirit, that fight, he will serve us."
And the pale one looks over. "Then so be it. I will find others as well to ensure I do not cast my lots upon one. Even your visions, my friend, my servant, have proven to be false at times. I will tell them their fate, yes." And he steps forward closer to the bars. As he does, you smell this it's not even the scent of death. It's like mothballs to us as humans in this age. It's something strange. It's a cloying scent of mold and rot that comes through the bars. As he comes close, his face looks normal. There's no bone. This is not a lich. His face is normally formed, but everything seems sunken. His eyes glow slightly hollowed at the edges, and as he steps toward the bars, he looks at you and he says, "You, barbarian, you and your friends, you have my mark now upon your hand. You have, well, a choice, I suppose. You will do as I say, or you will all follow the fate of your fallen friend, the weak dwarf." And he points toward Moria's body. "This is your choice. I have many I can put my lot upon, but I have need of service. As long as you bear my mark upon your hand, the death that you avoided by the spider's poison." He looks over his shoulder at the body of the spider in the other cell, and he kind of laughs. "It is merely stayed. You have one turning of the moon. What I ask is not evil, as I know there are among you which have scruples and these nonsensical thinkings of mortals. But what I ask is that you perform a simple task and fetch an item for me. You will all do this, or you will all perish in 30 days. I will return your coin. I will return whatever it is you need, except, well, the one I tried to return and was too weak to be returned. And you can choose as you will. I will leave you now. This bar will open for you in a few hours. The axe for the spunky little woman has been fetched. It will be left here. Coin to replenish your supplies. Your basic needs will be attended. You will have free passage from this place. But you will retrieve what I ask, or you will be dead. Irrevocably. For always and forever. Never to return. If you do not do what I ask. Before I go further, does your, I suppose, commonly ample mind comprehend what I'm saying?
With the comment of him saying, do like the ultimatum that I guess Drax has given, Rizia will grit her teeth and just clench both of her fists. She'll turn on heel and like just stomp the gate. Here we go again. Yeah.
You as you're looking at him, Taldar, suddenly you're surprised to see Rizia come up behind. Her foot slams into the gate once, twice, thrice.
Again, we've been promised, do this, and we won't die. And here we are. And what is your guarantee? 30 days to live, to retrieve an item. How are we to know that you're not going to just kill us after we retrieve your item? We've already done this. I'm tired of these damn games.
Anyone else want to talk? Oh, well, if this is the case, then my servant has been wrong, which, despite his protestations, has occurred on more than one occasion.
No, Master. I've been right so often that I promise you, these are they. They'll come around. I'm quite confident.
Silence, you fool. They are what they are. I don't need your approval, Trollop. These gates will open. Your pitiful axe and your supplies will be here. Heed my words. You travel to the north. You head past the barriers. The borders, rather. He didn't say rather, I did. The borders, rather, of the Great Kingdom into the areas of the Tiger Nomads. The barbarians there. They hold quarter around an ancient castle. A map will be provided to you. It will sit atop those stairs. If you prefer to dally about here and die, you may. If you choose to follow, I ask for only one thing. In the heart of that castle, there is a bone, like a child's arm. I need that bone. Bring it me, and you have no further consequence or obligation. All else that you find will be yours. Treasure, weapons, items. Bring that bone to me. Or don't.
And we die. I get it.
But you can die now, if it's your choice. But I do like a bit of spunk.
And Taldar's just been watching Rizia.
Phelan, are you responding any further, or?
He's going to keep his head down, but Phelan will kind of lift his head at the mention of this and kind of keeping in mind all of these different points with his intelligence being as high as it is. He's very keen on the details. And he's going to lift his head a bit, still not looking up. The bone. Is there any distinguishing quality or he would know the word. I don't know the word. Distinguishing marks.
Yeah, distinguishing. That's good enough. Distinguishing. If you follow the place to the map, the bone will be clear. It will glow with a pale green. There is no other child's bone that glows with pale green. It will be clear to you.
Master, you tell them too much.
Silence, you fool. I tell them what I wish.
Thank you, Lord Drax. You've been quite lenient.
Lenient? Was I ever called that? Well, perhaps by mistake.
I misspoke. I thank you for your judgment and your justice in this matter. Great and powerful, Lord Drax.
I have no goal beyond my own power. There are more dangerous forces afoot here in the Flanness than mine. Do not think me ultimate evil. Do not think I will be one to destroy this land. It is much, much more than that. If you wish to take this one, and he motions to the spider that lays in the cell next door, still unconscious, face. Now, you're seeing this for the first time. It's the same girl that initially gave you the poison, actually a halfling woman, but very slender. You see her laying in the cell next door. You may take her, or you may leave her. Well, you may stay here. You may die. My fiend seems to think highly of you. I do not. Goodbye. And he turns and spins on his feet. Now, I'll give you a chance. If you want to say anything before they leave, they turn to walk down the corridor.
Rizia will just turn and then just she'll enter a rage and she'll just start punching the wall.
All right. So I'm not trying to push you out of your comfort zone there, Vivi, but can you roleplay that a bit?
You want me to RP?
Yeah. Well, I make my players on. I think my players on Sunday do that a lot more in the room. But yeah, like you turn to the wall, you're raging. You don't have to overdo it, but just like give us a little bit of rage against the wall. There's
Rage
no
against
machine.
the
There's no
wall.
machine. It's the wall. Yes.
Just against the wall, not the machine. There's no machine here. She just her fists clench even harder as they kind of walk away. Just feeling like she doesn't really have a choice in this damn matter. And again, just with this whole choice of like not being able to make a choice in it's either die or she's like I just freaking hate this. Like it's like die or do what I say, and she's like
I love that. And by the way, if you're a new viewer to Blue Box, this is absolutely the definition of a railroad, but this is not my typical style, but that can happen. Like everything that's happened here has been a choice, consequence, choice, consequence, choice, consequence. And this is the situation they're in. They're in one of the most evil cities in all of the finesse. And there is a purpose included, woven into the backstories here. So it is appropriate for these players to be frustrated by what's happening. Coming back to the players now. You hear the door as they walk down the corridor. The door opens.
Doldar's going to immediately leave the cell. Does he know the direction to go to get out of this place? I'm assuming no.
No, he doesn't, but he could walk out. So Taldar, you storm out.
Yeah.
And you see, as you look down, there's a door that closes on that end. You see the spider there to the left, and there's also a set of double doors to your right. Now, your sense is that they move to the door to your left.
All right, so he's going to move towards the door to the left and see if it's unlocked, open.
All right. What's everyone else doing?
Phelan in this time will, as soon as he hears the clicking of the other door and the opening of ours, he will scramble to his feet, doing his best not to step on his potions to his left, and will just begin vomiting in the corner.
Well, I can't do that to Evelyn, or Vivi, rather, if I don't to you. Like, I need the role play. But no, don't go too far, please.
No. You've asked me to roleplay this.
I'm getting what I asked for.
This is your fault now. He will go.
Okay, please, Josh, don't really object. All right.
Rizia will turn to him. Get up.
Oh. You get no sympathy from the barbarian. She looks over at you, Taldar, as you run to the door. You rattle the handle, and the door easily opens. You pull it back, and you see a stairwell beyond.
All right. He's going to turn around, yell to the other ones, "I'm going this way." And he's going to continue through the door and up the stairwell, or down the stairwell. Up or down?
Up.
Does it go up?
It goes up, yes. All right, Rizia and Phelan, you alone stand near the fallen and now looted body of Moria.
Phelan, once he wipes his mouth, will begin his meticulous process of putting all of his items back on him.
And Rizia will kind of come down to eye level with Phelan. Listen, you wanted to leave here. You want adventure. Let's go. And next time, don't thank the person who gave you a death sentence. And she'll take out that purple potion and she'll give it to him. Here.
Oh, hard facts.
He'll look at it, kind of smirk a bit. All right. As he'll put it away, still having the dagger in his hand, he'll walk across the hall. And just to clarify, DM.
Yes.
So the sigil is what's going to kill us in a month if we do not get it done.
Oh, that was not
that
was not explicitly said. The sigil hit your hand, and you were told in a month you would die. You have a pale green sigil of. Now you would recognize this clearly because you are very familiar with letters. This is a highly stylized calligraphy D,
for
like Drax on your hand.
Because I'll roleplay it. As he walks across to the open door of the spider.
No, the spider's door is closed.
Oh, it is closed. That changes things.
Well.
Okay.
Roleplay.
Then he will just begin walking out.
Okay.
Because he said we could take the spider, or did he say that once the job is done?
No, he made it sound like currently, but
do you walk over to her cell or?
Yeah, he would have walked over to the cell with that understanding.
Yeah, and you see the door is closed.
And Riz will come out of the cell.
Yeah, you're already out. You're in the hallway.
Okay. And she'll look at Phelan. What is it that you want?
My thought process wasn't that in the time that he was speaking, it sounded like he was saving us from that of the poison that was taking us over, and this will merely stop the process. I'm hoping, unless he said anything otherwise while I was unconscious, that by getting her, we could get the antidote, and at least that's one check off the list.
So you're hearing this, Taldar, by the way.
Door.
You're still standing in the door.
All right.
I'm not telling you. I'm just letting you know you're hearing all this.
All right.
And so he jostles the door. It's closed.
Well, no, you jostle the door?
Yeah.
I never said it was locked. I just said it was closed. You pull the door open. There is no latch, and you see the body of the spider there. And as you look at it, she looks pale, hallowed, and stripped of most everything. She has a pair of breeches and a threadbare cloak.
Here we go. This is going to be fun. So, Phelan will move forward.
You step in. You can smell blood, the copper scent of blood on the floor, the pale scent of urine, and you see it looks like the spider is nigh unto death.
Does she have any weapons on her?
And you look down, she's been stripped. Again, just a cloak and breeches and a shirt that is thin and threadbare.
Phelan, look towards Rizia and just smile warmly and look back down. And will reach down and grab her by her hair and just begin dragging her out.
And Riz initially thought that her initial thinking was that he was going to try to save her or do something. So she was annoyed as he kind of grabs her and drags her out. She's kind of just like, Gives him like a good
She's pleased.
Yeah, she's very pleased. Yeah.
All right. As you drag the spider out by her hair, her body is limp and light. It feels like smaller than a child. You see Taldar standing in the doorway, looming ominously, whatever face he wants to describe on his visage. You move past the torches, Taldar. You see them coming towards you as Phelan drags the erstwhile named spider behind him.
Sorry, DM, did you say that my axe was there?
Yes.
They said that they were.
Yes. I'm sorry. As you walk forward, you see right behind Taldar, your axe is laying in the antechamber leading up to the stairs.
Okay, she would go and retrieve her axe. And then just as she takes her axe, she's just going to inspect it to make sure that it is hers. Is it hers?
It is.
Okay. At the butt end of the axe, she's just particularly looking there just to make sure that this is indeed her axe. And you will notice that as she kind of looks at it, she'll run her fingers along the butt end of her axe, and there will be 7 notches kind of carved into it. And she just kind of confirms that is her axe, and then she'll.
You feel all 7 notches, and you notice this. Taldar, Phelan, you don't even roll. Like there's a weird ceremony that Rizia goes through as she pulls this axe up. She doesn't just check the blade or the haft. She moves down toward the hilt of this axe, the end of it, and she's feeling something along the edges.
Phelan does not notice this as he's dragging her out, and he's not going to follow them all the way to the end. He's dragging her to the wall outside of her cell.
Oh, okay.
Across.
Then my bad.
If she's not awake by this point,
she's not.
He's going to drag her there, sit her back, pull out one of the potions, pop it, lift her chin, and then pour it in. Throw it to the side. You'll hear the clatter and crack of glass as he just breaks her nose.
All right, and tell me what potion you just poured down.
Wakefulness.
What color is it?
This one is.
Good question.
Blue one.
Sorry.
This is the blue one.
The blue one.
Okay, noted.
You push
remain awake for 2 hours without
right.
feeling sleepy. Let's see.
We should push in the chat. Like, what did you think that Josh was just pouring down her throat? As this is happening,
This isn't the end.
Yeah, no.
Many mo's.
No, it's not. But we're moving to a different scene. Anaho.
Oh, okay.
You drop down, frustrated. The feeling of just this intense sense of being thwarted at every turn. Really, it's bothering you deeply. Your feet strike the ground of the city of Verlastra. You look up at the spire, and you hear just the nighttime of the city. And as the insects chirp and the streets are quiet, you see the first soul on the streets approaching you. There is a woman clad, and I will let her describe as she approaches. Evelyn, please go ahead.
Before you see a woman walking. She's wearing a collection of hide and fur. It's roughly assembled. And she stands 5'9". She's lithe. She wears her hair, long black hair, atop her head in this elaborate collection of braids interwoven with flowers and vines. And she walks up to you, and as you see, she's a very beautiful, strikingly beautiful woman. And you see shining green eyes as she approaches.
And it is the twin moons now of the Flyness that are illuminating, coming from both angles, which cast the shadows from one side and illuminate these gorgeous green eyes from the other side. And she
carries a...
Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, and she carries a staff that is, it's bent, crooked wood, and that it actually seems to have flowers growing from it.
you've never seen a creature like this before. And this is the first moving soul you've seen on the streets of Verlastra in the Barbarian Quarter since you left Vane Roberts' chains.
Can I get like a sense motive to? I just saw some crazy stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can I get like a feel for this person?
You should, and I'm going to let you roll. And because a 1 could be disaster, so.
I love my life. Sense motive. I got a 7 total.
Yeah, I mean, you're nervous, as you should be. You're concerned, but you sense nothing obviously concerning about this creature.
Excuse me. Do you know where you're at right now?
Well, I seem to be in the middle of Verlastra, or so I've heard.
Yes. And in Anahu's mind, he's still mulling over some conflictions that he's trying to figure out, and not just what he saw in the common area, what he saw with the other members, the other companions, what he saw with Rizia upstairs in the hidden room. I don't think this is where you want to be right now. There is a tavern not too far from here. It might be better to go there. I can take you.
Probably not where I want to be, but it's where I'm supposed to be.
And you're noticing, Evelyn, that this halfling seems highly distressed. You see blood on his cloak. You see scrapes on his hands. You heard him drop down from the wall. So there, you have some context for this conversation.
And she'll push her hair back behind one ear, and you can see there's a slight point to her ears. Are you in trouble, little one?
I don't often get in trouble. If I would have gone on the other side of that wall, that would have been trouble. But I'm on this side of the wall. But we might be if we stay here. Not far from here are some guards that are not too friendly right now. So I don't quite understand your riddles, though. That's confusing.
You might understand eventually.
Say what?
Don't worry.
Okay.
So, you seem lost, though.
Not. And that catches him? Because in all his time, he's never doubted if he's known where he is or what he's doing. Because he knows he knows the city he's in, but that's not how that rang in his mind. And it caught him off guard, and so he'll just pause. The tavern is over that way, not far from here.
Very well. I will go with you. I'm Alora, by the way.
Say that again.
Alora.
Alora. My name is Anahu.
It's very nice to meet you, little one.
You too, Alora.
This night seems very fortuitous. Don't you think?
It seems, and he's just, it seems like that, yes, you're right. Fortuitous.
All right. And with that, we will end tonight. Love D&D.
She's so freaking cute.
No,
Oh
she
my
is.
gosh.
Honestly,
just wanna eat her.
that
Nom,
last
nom,
10
nom.
minutes, that last 10 minutes made me feel good about Moria dying because I love this character's. That was so cool. Actually, I'm not glad. Moria, for all those reasons I mentioned earlier, not just the financial ones, but just my investment in her. It's going to take we loved Moria, and we did try to make sure, not just me as a DM, but the Mad Chatters players. It just was not meant to be. Great roleplay all. And yes, you are joining the most railroady version of Blue Box you have ever seen.
Yeah.
But that is because of the story. The story makes it railroady. It's not the DM trying to do it because he doesn't have any ideas of what could happen otherwise. It's because they are in a horrible city, as I've said many times, with a consequence, which is hitting them pretty darn hard. All right, so the giveaway this time will not be giveaway. The giveaway will be exclamation point.
Exclamation point.
Let's do ogre. Right, it's an ogre, right? Was it? Ogre warlock. So yes, we'll do exclamation point OGRE ogre in the chat, and that gets you in the giveaway for this Mantic Games giveaway. This will be done by a roll-off from the players. We're on for a good solid 3 hours now. Thank you to all the players. I appreciate you. Sorry, what's that? What did I miss?
Phantom said, John's been working on the railroad just to go PCs today.
No, Robert, stop, golly.
Yeah, Robert.
If you actually watch me, you know I don't do that. I don't try. I just try to make a fair game.
I can see
Stop it.
Murder.
I know. I'm a murder hobo DM. That's a lie, a lie, a lie, a lie. I do have this. You know what makes me feel better? Anytime this happens, a mystical unicorn dragon on my shoulder makes me feel happier. Thank you, Manda. And Rory, I still got to download your other video, but we're going to play real quickly the Blue Box Con video that I already have on here. And it's going to get another strike of silence from YouTube, but that's okay. And we want you to vote exclamation point ogre and think about your stream MVP, which we'll do in just a moment. No, not you. You. May 13th through 15th, coming up in 2022. Terry, our own Machik ED, is setting up all the tabletop event sites. Of course, Evelyn is always my right hand. Rory, who is doing all these ads and these cool videos. And Josh, who's going to DM a table. And Vivi, who's going to come and eat all my food. All these players.
I'm going to do an Eat with Vivi live stream.
I'm teasing.
You
will see all of us, meet all the cast, meet all the mad chatters. You do not want to miss this next year. We had a great time last year. Plus, we have a really cool Ren Fest here, literally like 15 minutes from my house. It is going to be super fun. All right. Back to you, players. Josh, tell us why you should be stream MVP, please.
Phelan should be stream MVP for actually being awake this session. His ready and merriment to start torturing the spider. And who knows how long she'll survive for, but we'll see how it goes. And his absolute terror and fear of Drax and the Fiend Mage, as well as his incredible throwing up in the corner.
No, I thought the vomit was amazing. I thought the recognition of these villains of Relastra, because you've lived there, your whole life, that was fantastic. And the chat, you won't see the vote go up until all 5 of the players have said why they should be stream MVP, but they will be rolling for you. So when you see a name come up, don't think you've won yet. We will have to roll through each of these players, and the first one is Pat66. So Pat, you are up. Congrats, Pat Stubbs. This is now possibly on your radar. Let's go to you, Vivi. Why should Rizia be stream MVP?
Rizia should be stream MVP for being the only awake party member other than Rory, who was outside.
Until you get yourself knocked out.
That's true. Rizia had a good session today. She was able to kind of be snarky towards the guards who were escorting her. She's not going to go quietly if she's going to go, which is kind of a testament to her personality as well. And then when she got into waking up into the cage, checking on Phelan, and trying and not eeny meeny miny mowing his potions and not killing him. Instead,
I was so hoping.
I know it was very close. But the more things she pulled out, she was like, okay, yeah, like I don't know what the heck I'm doing. So I just kind of left it as is, putting him in a restful spot on the hay bale, which didn't matter because he got flung against the bars anyway.
All right, so Rizia,
violently.
I got to tell you, like you have won a badge over the past 2 sessions. And the badge is the ever mysterious Tim approval badge. He
Yay!
loves the way you have played Rizia. He's even talked to me on the phone. He has told me like he loves the way you're playing that character, and he said you kick
Thank you, Tim.
you know what in the chat. So
Yeah, thank you, Tim. So Rizia is a very different character for me, completely opposite to Lilith. So if you're wondering why she doesn't really care about a lot of things, it's again just a testament to her character and how her personality and her backstory is. Again, not fighting when, not stepping in when Spider was being attacked in the very, very beginning. And also just, I had saw some comments about why she wouldn't take the body. Again, Moria wasn't somebody that she was very close to at all, so she wouldn't really care about it. She's seen a lot of stuff way back when. So again, like it's just a body to her. I think just her raging and her anger and frustration with Relastra and being in Relastra is really showing with her raging and like kind of punching the wall and frustration, and her comment towards Phelan basically saying like buck up if you're going to come with us then, because you can't be puking and you're not
that was fantastic. And so I think this might be a testament to, you said sort of gone the Anakin, you walked to the dark side when Tim is approving of everything you do. He literally said she cares just about important things. You have gotten the stamp of approval of the most devious DM ever in D&D. So but
achievement unlocked.
Exactly.
Up to the young ones
Achievement unlocked. All right, so you are rolling tonight for Vamp Wickman. Let's go. Fantastic viewer sub, of course, a sub. Been following us since February. Thank you, Vamp. All right, Anaho. More of a rough night for you in terms of involvement. Not as bad as what we had with Phelan last week.
Bring it up.
Yeah, but tell us why you should be Stream MVP.
Well, like my height, you don't need a lot to do a lot. So, my mindset is conflicting with different thoughts. These new experiences with these companions, different than what I'm used to. The shooting of the arrow, that was risky, but I did it anyways. Climbing the wall, that was also risky, especially when I saw what was on the other side. Didn't like that. Came right down. Interactions with Alora, that was interesting, and it continued to compound those conflicting thoughts. Also, not poisoned and not marked. And I've been, again, consistently wearing this little get-up.
Oh, the cosplay. I'm what a horrible DM. I didn't even notice, but yeah, that looks awesome. Well done. And yes, you hung like a champ through some quiet moments. I love the role play. And so you tonight will be rolling for Robert. Oh wait, no, Robert, he can't win. That's insane. No, I'm teasing. No, you got Robert. All right, Terry, why should Taldar be Stream MVP?
Taldar should be Stream MVP because he laid Mario to rest in the way that he does, and was ready to get out of there. Those are the two things he did.
Well, he banged against the bars.
Yeah,
he
you
shook
talked
them.
to them.
No, he's
feistiness.
underplaying it, but that's fine.
You came back to life.
Yeah.
Well, there was the saving throw that was made. That was right. So you're going to be rolling for tonight, Keith. So you got Roger, Keith. He's a sub, been following us since October of last year. A great follower. I'm sure will be here for Blue Box Con. So Keith is in the mix. And then now Evelyn. So last week Moria won, even though she perished. She was the stream MVP. This week you were super patient, failed roll on the resurrection, but stole the show at the end of the stream with your new PC, which the chat was blowing up. The players were going wild. Why should you be stream MVP tonight?
Alora should be stream MVP because she has managed to kind of somehow click onto something going on with Anaho and quickly kind of get a sense of something odd is going on here. But yeah, I don't really have much to add to that since was only in there for like 5 minutes.
No, it could still be a bit of honorary for Moria. No,
Yeah.
the XP from Moria, because it was done at the last session, that's going to be given to you for
Okay.
your new character. And so that's a 250, I believe I referenced
Okay.
last time. And then the stream MVP. Yes, Keith, I thought you would be. We're so excited to have you here for our next Blue Box Con. All right, Moria. Now is the name again?
Allura.
Allura. Oh, alluring.
Allura.
So
Allura, alluring. Well played. You will be rolling for.
Ooh.
Oh, Alexander, 2000 Caesar, another sub. Okay. Now, please don't leave. Please vote for your stream MVP. I'm always stunned by how few people vote versus how many people we have in the chat. I would love to see a swelling of votes for these players. It just shows your appreciation for their role play. And so that's going to be the upper right-hand corner. Click that drop-down arrow. You'll see all 5 players. Just click next to their names and choose your stream MVP for tonight. And then do it for role play, rolling, combat. Anything that happens, that's how you can influence their growth as players. They do get 250 experience points on this current version of Greyhawk Awakening Book 2 if they are the stream MVP. And let's go through the roles. Let's start with you, Josh. You got Pat 66.
I got Pat 66. Here we go. That is an 18.
Ooh,
starting out hot.
very
Oh my
strong.
goodness.
Very strong for the
I
Kings
got
of
you,
War.
Pat 66.
All right,
until
go ahead, Vivi.
I am rolling for Vamp Wickman.
Let's go, Vamp.
13 and a 17, which just
One
misses.
by one.
Darn, I was so excited for a second.
Go ahead, Rory.
Rolling for Robert.
What did you get?
19.
No, no. I said he was disqualified.
I found his old tie. Just wait till Evelyn.
But like
Yeah,
a
that's
who
a good
doesn't
point.
follow
Just
the
wait till
rails.
Evelyn.
Yeah,
But
just wait till Evelyn. That's it.
Yeah, don't even talk until Evelyn rolls.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. All right, let's go to Terry. Well, we
Rolling
can't
for
say that
Roger.
anymore. Like Moria would still be alive if that were true. So, all right, go ahead, Terry.
She can't roll it
an
all
8.
the time.
Exactly.
She's
8.
human.
8.
Okay. All right.
Sorry, Roger.
Oh.
Here we go.
Alora.
To be fair, I rolled it high on Warrior.
That's
Yeah.
true. That's true.
Yeah.
Yes. She's only good at rolling
Yeah.
high.
Yeah.
That's my fault.
That's a 19 and a 3.
A 19!
You stand no chance, Rory. I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh! Never roll off against her. That is fantastic. So congratulations.
Also, congrats,
Wait,
Rizia.
wait. That's a tie. We got to
It's a
roll
tie.
off.
Oh, I thought you had an 18.
No, two
No, no,
19s.
no, I-
Oh,
Oh,
two
18s.
19s. Oh, I thought you had an 18,
Roy
Josh.
had
My
an
bad.
19.
Roy
All
had
right,
an
so both of you
18.
roll again.
Also, Rizia won. Go, Rizia.
So, okay.
Single?
Oh.
Yeah, single die for the roll off.
Yeah, one die.
Here we
I'll
go.
do my best, Robert.
For Caesar.
Things like this don't happen twice.
I got an 8.
I said it happened twice. I got a 15.
Let's go, Robert! Congratulations. Robert hasn't had a win in a while. I tease him, but actually he won a lot early on, but I think it's been a minute since Robert won. Congrats, Robert. And thank you. And congratulations to Rizia with, holy smokes, 20 votes. That's a great...
Yeah, she had a small lead.
That's a vote count, which 4 3s. Yeah, so you almost doubled the entirety of the rest of the party tonight, Rizia. Congratulations. That's 250 experience points. I will send experience points out to all of the players.
250.
What?
Even, yes, it's going to happen. It needs to happen. And then even Alora will get some for that ending role play. Even those who are unconscious, recovered from. I think you learned some experience from recovering from the dead, don't you, Terry? I think
Yes.
that makes sense, right? You come close to the halls and then you return from them and you follow the light and then yes, I think all that.
I'm
will
just
happen.
impressed we're getting our XP within 7 sessions. 8
Josh, he
sessions.
hasn't sent it yet.
Oh, that's true. That's true. We'll get it hopefully before 10.
Well, we've had multiple sessions of kind of quiet movement and slow pace, and yeah, there was some combat, and I don't know, just be ready. It'll come, I promise. And here we go. Let's raid tonight. Anyone I'm missing, chatters? Who should I raid?
They twitched aggressively as they awakened.
They did. I
Twitch on
think
Twitch.
I'm gonna
Praetor's
raid.
Rejects is up with
Oh, is
Dungeons and
Praetor's up?
Dragons.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's raid Praetors.
Episode 37, Sleeping Dragon's Wake.
Here we go. Rating Praetor's Rejects, our friends. Thank you, Thomas. Everybody have a great night. Remember, tomorrow night, we're going to be back with Lore Masters Arcanum. It's a roleplay chat, and we'll have Thomas on with us. And if Robert can join us, I'd love to have Robert with us. We're going to be talking about rolling up new characters and using some of the elements of 5e, which we don't play a lot here, but we play sometimes. And there's some really cool tools inside of 5e to help you kind of jumpstart your roleplay at your character level as you start out. And that's a fun topic. So tomorrow night, role play, character creation, not backstory per se, although it may connect to backstory. It's really about using the tools that are available from some of the new systems to help you jumpstart your role play. Also, make sure you're tuning in to Extinction Curse. Will you be live next Monday, Terry?
Yeah, with Tailspire.
Yes, sir. So Tailspire on Extinction Curse, and then Josh, will we have Children of Dirt, the continuation of the combat, right next to?
Definitely having
So
Children of
those
Dirt.
two on, and then you will see the conclusion in one way or another of the Kraken combat on our Sunday game with Rune Lords. That was a fun session. Thank you for all the Mad Chatters. Mad Chatters, by the way, you guys have been incredible the last several sessions. The gifts, the subs, the support for the players. And before we go, we do have one question for you tonight. If you're watching the stream and you haven't followed, or if you're a follower and you haven't subbed, or if you're a sub who has the ghastly status of not renewing your sub as it expires, like watching the petals of a gentle flower fall to the ground, like watching a puppy gasp its last breath. You have let your sub diminish and you have not resubbed. We have one question for you here tonight on Blue Box. What are you doing? Come on, give us a follow, give us a sub. Thank you for all the new chatters, all the new viewers, all the new followers. We appreciate all of you, and we are rating Praetor's Rejects. 10-second kickoff hitting now. Thank you, players, as always. I know it was a bit kind of clunky tonight as we move through these different disconnected episodes of people being separated, but we're going to raid with 53 in a moment. We were strong throughout the back half of the session. We appreciate the Mad Chatters. And congratulations to Robert with a grand prize giveaway tonight. I'm sorry, was that mean? I didn't mean to be mean. My bad. All right. Everybody have a good night. Blue Box signing out.
Whoa.